3, 2, 1. Good evening, Europe. Good evening, Russia. Good day, good afternoon, North America, and good morning, Asia. Here we go live. Blitz CIS Cup final stream is live now. It's officially opened. My name is Alexandra. Here we go live. Let's meet Tony.
Hey, what's up, guys? Nice to be here. Nice to see you all. Let's get started.
So we are very excited about the upcoming stream. We are going to reveal the strongest team on our CIS region. CIS, it's Russia, so post-Soviet countries, if you have any questions about this. So before we start talking a lot, let's watch a short video. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
So Blitz CIS Cup is about to start final stream. We are going to reveal our champion, the team that will take the main prize, 25k bucks, and I'm very excited. So Tony, what we have prepared for today's stream?
You mean besides awesome battles and strongest teams of CIS region?
Sure.
We have some product announcements that will most likely blow your mind, so stay with us. And of course we have lots of rewards for watching our live streams, so make sure you're logged in on your region's official webpage and please watch our live streams there. To grab up to 7 keys from autumn season containers, some certificates, camo, avatar, and what else? Premium
Boosters. Boosters, days of premium account, yeah. So, to make sure that you'll receive all the rewards, please log in on our official webpage of your region using your Wargaming ID. Stay tuned, watch our live stream for at least an hour and a half, and you'll receive all the rewards. It doesn't matter what the portal says to you, so we have changed our system for you to make sure everything will be okay. We reduced, not reduced, we just moved the timer out of our portal, yeah. So it's disabled, so don't worry, everything will be okay. You'll receive your rewards in a couple of days after today's stream. So please don't worry, everything will be good. Fingers crossed. We'll do everything possible.
It's only one mission for you. Just watch our live stream on the official webpage for 1 hour and a half. Don't pay attention to the absence of a timer. It should be like this. Because timer created additional workload of our system, so we just removed it. So 1 hour and a half and you're good. But we'll be glad if you watch more. Definitely.
Yeah, we insist that you will watch our whole stream because that's gonna be very hot. Russian region is very different from Asia, from Europe, from North America. The Russian teams are really crazy on their gameplay, so it's very, very interesting to watch. And it's very important that yesterday we had our current World Championship left the tournament. 7-star is not live anymore, so
well, it's
Gucci
live,
Gang team,
but
C4.
it's not on tournament.
On tournament. So Gucci Gang team, Crocodiles from Mercy, and C4 are fighting for the best team of CIS region. So, Tony, today we won't be alone again. We are streaming from home, by the way, not from our studio. So, I think that we should say that we want you to take care of yourselves. Anytime, wherever you go, please take care of yourself. Wear masks, wear gloves, and please stay safe because it's very, very hard year for all of us. And the main here is your health. So take care. And yes, we are streaming from home. Also, our analytics are streaming from home, and let's introduce them to the audience.
Okay, I'm on it. Walton's helper. Please join us.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Thank you for having us.
How are you doing, guys?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you
We're
guys?
good. Excited.
Excited, yeah.
Well, you should
Yeah,
be. We have
also
some
very
crazy
excited.
battles.
I was so surprised yesterday to see 7-star knocked out. So honestly, all the things that I had in mind for today are like completely turned over.
So, any predictions? Any suggestions?
Based on the games that we saw yesterday, I would think C4 is the strongest, but both Mercy and Gucci Gang are so chaotic in the way that they play that basically C4 will have to bring their A game in order to make it happen.
Yeah, I personally have a lot to talk about those three teams coming into today's tournament. C4 surprised us a lot yesterday, basically with their counter rushes and also their response to a rush. So if they continue to work on that today, it could be their day. For Mercy, I believe it's going to be them being on top of the game today, working out the right rotations, the right focus fire allocation, the right targets they should go for. Interesting stuff. Mercy will bring a lot of entertainment. And finally, G Game. They have been pretty good with their aggressive move. They are pretty unpredictable, I must say. I don't have a short sentence to describe G Game, so expect something very crazy from them.
Exactly that. I think that yesterday we saw similar action from C4 that we saw last week from HOV. Very reactionary gameplay where they sort of like wait for the enemy to show what they're doing and then they respond to that, which is why I think they're one of the strong contenders for today. But exactly like you said, with Mercy and G-Game, pretty chaotic gameplay in a way, it makes them very unpredictable and that can make it very hard for C4 to give that reaction.
So, we'll see. We are very excited. We worry very much because, as I have already mentioned, CIS region is crazy when they play tournaments, and we were very surprised when 7-star left the tournament. So, let's see who'll be the best team of CIS region. I remind you that today we'll watch Gucci Gang team, Crocodiles from Mercy, and C4. C4 is like a legendary comeback from 2016 because we know that in 2016 C4 team with different teammates, they made the first place on our worldwide championship, and here we go with legendary comeback. So we'll see, will 2020 bring some luck to them and some money? Anyway, we have 3 places that are not taken yet, and the first place will take 25k bucks, the second place will take 15k bucks for team, and the third place will take 7k bucks for the team. So it's all about money and fun, and here we go.
Okay, so as far as I know, we're starting with the upper bracket, where C4 meets Crocodiles. And then the team who wins it will go straight to finals. So what are your expectations about C4 versus Crocodiles, guys? Any ideas?
Personally, C4 versus Crocodiles, C4 being the tactical team, and Crocodiles being the team who kind of rotates a lot and also find the weakness of the enemies. We saw some of the blips from Crocodiles yesterday, and I hope that doesn't happen today. While C4 needs to be on top of the game, I said it in the forum post, I know they're heading into the right direction. They are in the right direction, and I hope today they're going to reap their rewards, and they need a strong showing against Crocodiles in order to be a contender. But I think Mercy, just stay calm, keep your mind cool. Don't overheat yourself. Get some really good decisions in the games. I'm sure you can do it. Also C4, just bring us those counter rushes, really well coordinated stuff. I believe you guys too.
I think
Aminette, what
that's
about you?
exactly it. They will. C4 is a very steady clan. They play very steadily. They play very tactical. So I think it depends more on if Mercy can sort of like pull the rug out from under their feet and unbalance them. If they manage to do that, because that would be C4's weakness, then I think Mercy or the Crocodiles would have it. But if C4 stays as steady as we saw them yesterday, all bets are off.
We'll see. So, what about the format of our battles? The first 2 matches will be played best of 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the final will be best of 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's very good because it kind of rules out the RNG. We will, it basically is less dependent on luck because there will always be things like fires. We've seen ammo wrecks during the season and all of that. And when you need to win at least 4 games, then you're just less likely to be kicked out of the tournament for something like that. So I think it's more fair.
For me, I think best of 7, best of 9, it's not just about good teamwork and also good skills. As I mentioned last week, it's also about your psychology, whether you have enough stamina, you have enough mental power to withstand long, grueling matches. And that is very important for both C4 and Mercy. Mercy, I think they have more experience in that, so they know how to cope with better. C4 being kind of a newcomer here with that team. I think they only started playing together with this team after the spring season this year. So let's see if the experience will be a factor in this, but I think C4 are ready for this.
So that was nice start. It was very good beginning. Here we go with the analytics. So Amanet, Wildbomb's helper. So we'll see you very soon after the first match, and we'll ask you to make the brief analytics of the first match, to pay attention to some mistakes, to some good points, the best moments of the match. So thank you, enjoy the battles, and see you very soon.
See
Thanks
you
to be here.
soon.
See ya.
Well, I think we're gonna have some nice analytics today.
Yeah, as well, because last time we had Fugit, and Fugit did really great job, but Amanet and Wild One's helper were busy with commentary with the matches, and they really did also a very good job. It was pleasant for me to hear the commentary of the matches, so I hope that today everything will be even better, because today we have different commentators. And Tony, would you please
Introduce them? Yeah, that would be a pleasure.
Yes.
Actually, we have like a switch from the last tournament, which was Blitz Asia Cup, and today we have our respected commentators represented by Avery, who is kinda new to official commentating, but very welcomed, and of course Fugit. Guys, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good
How is
afternoon,
everybody?
everyone.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Hello.
Every face reveal finally on official World of Tanks Blitz YouTube channel. Yeah! I'm very happy. Fugit, every very welcome on our official live stream. Today you'll be doing great commentary of our matches for Blitz CIS Cup. How do you feel?
I'm excited. I mean, the games yesterday were amazing. The feedback that we got.
Well,
from
I'm very
everyone
excited. Every is muted at the moment, unfortunately. But I'm incredibly excited because yesterday, wow, what a shocker. We lost 7-star, but we saw some fantastic games. Now Avery is unmuted, so we can hear from
Yes.
him.
Hello. I have to agree with who did amazing games yesterday. I'm also very excited to see what's going on. The favorite for most, 7 stars out. So it's everyone's game. C4 yesterday, very strong. And I'm just expecting a really great performance in general.
We hope that we'll have great performance too. So, guys, we wish you good luck. I want you to enjoy the matches and just make your job as good as you always do. So,
Thank you very much.
Fugit, Avery, the stream is yours. See you soon.
Thank you very much. You were a bit too early there, Fugit. But yeah,
So
as
Avery,
you
we've
said,
got the first match coming up. It's C4 against Mercy. I think the first map pick is Desert Sands by Mercy, is it not?
it is indeed, and I'm really looking forward to how it's going to turn out, because the teams pick in the final stages the maps themselves, only one map, so we don't see map twice. It's a pick and ban system, if anyone is familiar with that. And as Mercy picked it, we should see an definitely interesting strategy from them, don't you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw some good strategies yesterday with C4 just holding back with those heavies, waiting for good pushes from 7-star in the first game, but we also see Mercy doing a lot of brawls and some good focus fire against G Game in the last game. So we should be expecting some more aggressive tactics from the CIS guys today. As Alexander said in the intro, their style of gameplay is a lot more aggressive than what we're used to.
Definitely, and from seeing how the maps or the games yesterday turned out, we can see some amazing and very aggressive games, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to commentate because the matches can go all over the place, especially with these Russian teams.
The meta selection is also going to be interesting. We saw some interesting tank choices yesterday. Maybe we're going to get some unique meta selection today.
Oh, definitely. As unusual to the other servers, we see a lot of autoloaders as well. The Kranwagens, newly introduced mid-season, are often used by the people on the CIS server, and we even see some 50B picks on maps where you normally wouldn't expect them, and with their burst damage that really helps. So we just gotta wait and see how they are able to use it again or surprise us once more.
We didn't see any Sheridans yesterday, I noticed. Did that take you by surprise?
I mean, it definitely did, as we saw maps like Middleburg where they can work really well with their ATGMs, but we should be expecting some Vickers. I mean, we even saw a bad chat from 7-stars, so we might even see the return of that. It's all open game.
And today, of course, it's best of 7, so it's the first of 4 victories, I believe. So
yeah,
it's going to be, I mean, yesterday C4 went into a decider, so did Mercy with G Game. So it's going to, I wonder if we're going to get tight games like that again today.
I definitely wish for more excitement like that because it was super fun to see these teams played out. All of them fantastic players, fantastic strategies, and just seeing how they clash against each other will be really fun.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's very exciting to see. And again, this is, I mean, yesterday was the first time that the CIS server tournament has been streamed in English on its own. Today's the second day, so it's still really exciting stuff for us guys.
Yeah, we're going to see hopefully maybe some new and inventive strategies as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to how they're going to play Desert Sands. I mean, we see quite different strategies on EU, and I'm really looking forward to see how the CIS teams do cope with Desert Sands.
We might actually see quite a bit of Kranwagens here, as they have made their opinion yesterday, often replacing spots that an IS-4 has used, like on Black Goldville. So we don't see a lot of IS-4s on Desert Sands, but there's definitely opportunities with the great gun depression and the turret armor. But seeing some E5s and T-22s will definitely not be left out of the picture.
Absolutely, it's like I said, it's going to be interesting because we do see a lot of action sometimes on the EU, on some of the other servers, especially EU. A lot of action in the desert area around the cap. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this server.
Might even see a tank destroyer, who knows? Because tanks like
now,
the
that
Foch,
would be interesting.
Hody, or the 268,
interesting.
They can be used aggressively, so it's open.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, as you said, yesterday we saw some interesting meta choices with a lot of Kranwagens and a lot of AMX-30Bs. It seems that, but we had a lot of mobility as well with a lot of E5s, not many IS-4s, I noticed. So it is a different approach to the game to what we're used to.
Yeah, as of course more or less popular to the opinion of everyone, Russia is very aggressive, and hopefully they're going to show us that again. But of course it's not just blatant rushing in, it's with a very well thought out strategy. We're going to see that on Desert Sands.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to seeing this game. Looking forward to seeing how the CIS clans do approach this map. And like I say, really looking forward to their selection of tanks.
Definitely.
And that is the best Easter egg ever.
Indeed it is. As we jump into game number 1.
And we have a showing of a Sheridan. And oddly surprising, there are a lot of Kranwagens there. We can already see that.
We see 3 Kranwagens on the side of C4, and that's going to be very interesting how they're going to use this. But they're going city. To my surprise. Oh, and
And Mercy have gone into the desert with their T-22s, which do make a big showing on the CIS server we've seen.
Yeah.
And Crocodile Caban there in the Sheridan going a fast cap A by looks on it.
And we're gonna see a C cap too, and they're gonna be quicker because they have more tanks in there if they join up. And we see Aquila there in the desert as well. He was spotted, so Mercy knows that something is there. And he has that Amelie behind it as well. But C4 is split, and we might see Crocodiles or Mercy here taking advantage of that really early on.
Well, they do have a very slight cap advantage, but nothing really to write home about. They are all in the desert, so it's going to be interesting now. Are they going to look at the flanks or just prevent that B cap from being taken?
It could very much be an idea here, and we see the Sheridan on the side of Mercy here going to the rails now, trying to spot their spawn as they are looking, might they be pushing through the city, which currently is not happening. Also C4 very passive, trying to not get spotted. And Aquila there very caught off guard from everyone else, as you can see on the minimap there. Not close to anyone, so they have to be careful with that.
But I can see that there are some tanks from Mercy. Well, it's only one tank at the moment, stacking up on the rails. We can't see him in the shot at the moment, but on the minimap you can see there is one tank there from C4 from Mercy. Sorry, on the rails.
Yeah,
there are 2 tanks from C4 going into the bottom area. They're the 2 Kranwagens.
Yeah,
and the other Kranwagens pushed over the rails.
Never here putting a nice cheeky HE shot and didn't even get spotted for that. And we have the Kranwagen spotted in the middle now. So we might see some really aggressive action here very soon, as that Amelie seems to be making his way forward as well to the rails.
But Akela there in the Kranwagen of C4 is right out on the flank, all alone, and completely unspotted. Oh no, now he's been spotted. So all the Kranwagens are spotted, but and you can see that there's a slight rotation from C4 in the city round to that flank.
Exactly, and that Amelie here going aggressive gets 44 spotted, and a lot of other tanks from Mercy as well. And that one Kranwagen there from Aquila is not just there to spot what is in the desert, but it's also to prevent them from taking the rails, but he's going in aggressively here. Moving forward.
It'd be interesting to see if Mercy push on those Kranwagens down onto the bridge, to be honest with you.
Currently, I don't think it's happening, because they do not know where the heavies is, but they are getting spotted, and C4 is preparing a very aggressive play here with the heavy tanks, and Lechnik loses a lot of hit points before he's able to use that reactive armor. And we see the push from C4 happening here. At this
Look at Mercy rotating round to Kayla in the Kranwagen, which was expected.
And he is getting focused first. He's down very low. And also Mercy here starting to lose some hit points on Something and Never, as well as Forever. So the focus fire here very good from C4 right now, taking that first kill out of the game, but Aquila goes down right after.
And the hit points at the moment almost neck and neck, just slightly favouring Mercy.
We see 2 more tanks drop. It's now 5-on-5, and the hit points, as you said, very similar, and so are the points. But the next one for C4 drops, and they need to get that one-shot Kranwagen out, but he's hiding.
But now you see there, the points are now stacking in favour of Mercy, although Pashok is a one-shot realistically. And they need to try and get him out of the game in the Kranwagen. There he goes.
And he goes, but that Amelie here getting focused by very good focus fire by Mercy. And they still have those T-22s, very good DPM tanks. And if you can't get them out early, they're gonna be a pain. And that's exactly what's happening right here against C4.
Look at the focus here on Masha. I mean,
yeah.
Alexon tries to come in to help out, but it's just not going to happen. Masha was focused heavily there.
Arkansas, they're bouncing on 44. But Nerve has the kill, and it's now just Arkansas left against 3. And he has given up. And it seems to be the first game here going to Mercy.
Quite an interesting game. I mean, it seemed to be very passive at the beginning of the game. Both teams stacking up nicely. Very aggressive push by C4 through the middle, but some good focus fire there by Mercy.
Yeah, I really think pushing via the middle is not a bad idea, and the execution was not the issue, but I think what hit Mercy, or what hit C4 really hard, was the crossfire they took whilst trying to help out Aquila there, who was left alone. What Mercy could have done to prevent this or not Mercy, but C4, sorry, is to push onto the other tanks that were focusing Aquila instead and not trying to help the Kranvan, because he was going down regardless.
But they did lose a lot of it. The Lenchek, I believe it was, lost a lot of HP in that initial push going onto the bridge. He was heavily focused. Took about 4 shots from the Mercy guys who were just at the back by the ACAP. That really didn't help him, bless. And that sort of put C4 at a slight disadvantage HP-wise at the very beginning of their push. But they did well. I mean, it wasn't a whitewash realistically by Mercy. It was at the end, but it could have gone either way during the middle part of that game.
Definitely. The focus fire was really well executed from both teams. But as you said at the start, Lechnik there losing 1,200 without even using the reactive armor that he had was really hurting, because it's half a hit points gone off a tank. And that in a duel can really hurt. And the focus fire of Mercy there, keeping those T-22s alive as well, which have the most DPM, really helped them. And the Kranvangs there for C4 didn't quite work out in this game.
And of course, as we said, we saw the Sheridan being rolled out for the first time, and it stayed alive until the end, making some important moves there and getting around the map nicely.
Definitely, that damage per shot really helps. DPM is not everything, in tournaments especially, but in the end, when you have these really tight fights, when you need to get a tank down quickly, that 460 alpha with APCR really does help killing a tank quick, because you hit hard with that tank, and it's the highest alpha on the team, so focus firing with the tank together really does put you above the other team.
And again, no IS-4s. I mean, 215Bs, there were the Kranvagens and the E5s making a showing, but still no IS-4s from either side.
Yeah, that was very interesting. And as we said, the IS-4 here being more or less replaced. And we move on to the next game here, which was picked by C4.
Always an interesting map, his Faust. What with those 4 caps? It's going to be we saw G game against 7-star on this map yesterday, and boy, it was interesting. Are you expecting pretty much the same?
I mean, they stole the cap from under their nose. Let's see if one of the teams will be cheeky enough to attempt that, as we have the lineups here, and we go with double Kranwagen, triple E5, an IS-4 on the side of C4, and a Vickers. And Mercy here running out with 50B, just one, but it's there. As well as triple E5, as well, 1 scout, the Vickers, and double T22 medium here.
And again, Mercy going for the fast cap, grabbing the C cap before the D cap is taken by C4. So just gaining that edge again.
And Mercy here seems to be very aggressive. If you see on the minimap, they have taken more or less spotting control over A and are sending something here into B. So they are getting a lot of that map control that C4 is lacking really a lot of here.
And you can see that there are 2 E5s there for Mercy, pushing into the D cap quite heavily. And there are a lot of C4 tanks there. So
all of them
expect a bit of a brawl.
And that Emily is also now relocating. We might see a counter push from C4, as they know the T22s are not in the fight. So if C4 wants to push, they have to do it now. But the T22s are already on their way. And we see the first damage here being taken by Aquila yet again in his E5.
But, I mean, I like the way that Mercy have stacked up their team here. Something there is just covering with that E5. Forever Noob and his E5 covering that corner, almost allowing the T22s to farm the heavies of C4.
Yeah, and as we have quite the hit point disadvantage from the beginning of the game, Mercy really needs to make use of those mediums, and that's exactly what they're doing in this game. And the IS-4 is losing quite a bit of hit points already.
Well, I'm interested they haven't brought in the AMX 50B yet, Mercy, of Pashok. He's firing from across the map, though.
And we have Never also, who attempted to camp D, but now a counter push here from C4, and Aquila goes down very fast. Hit points are still even. But Mercy here now getting pushed back, and Nerve, one of the DPM tanks, is getting focused in his T22 and might just go down here.
Well, he's dropped down into the Kranwagens of C4, who pushed heavily into that area, trying to get onto something. And
Yeah.
he's still not down though. Nerv is still alive. He's still
Yeah, and
got
we've
48
lost
hit points.
Lewkowski and now that Emily. We have a 4-on-7 here. 2 tanks are ammo wrecked, but C4 is missing that hit points and those guns that can fire.
Oh, that's
Even
a
as a
big
one-shot.
bounce on Forever Noob.
Oh,
He manages to
and then-
survive.
Yeah, on a barely 45 hit points here and 44, doing those sniping shots with the Vickers. Gets a shot
Right.
here and Masha gets 1 kill, goes down.
But I expected Forever Noob to go down there with the push from the E5s of C4, and it just
Definitely.
didn't seem to happen. They left him alive a long time. And Nerv in the T22 is also still alive. And
Yeah.
as you said, he was being pushed. So and a game goes to Mercy.
Mercy there, very well done with focusing out those targets and keeping their own tanks alive. As you said already, Nerv there staying alive and doing some damage. Of course, not as much, but he did enough. As well as Forever Noob there, who stayed alive for way longer than he should have. Ended up getting bounced on 2 or 3 times, and C4 here just not able to really counter their very aggressive push that they had, losing map control super early.
What you saw there, I mean, Akela went down very, very early and for
Yeah.
very low damage, and that was a blow for C4. And you're right, it did look like they were going to do a nice counter push, but the thing that got me was the T22s were almost allowed to farm from almost that A-cap area into the heavies of C4.
Yeah, that really shouldn't have happened. And because Mercy was really aggressive early on, they got that C cap, they had that 50B up top, they sent the E5 via B into that aggressive position, which you said was it was something, I believe. And then the T22s from the other corner, basically sending him into 1/4 of the map and not allowing them to go anywhere but where they want them to. And that's what's happened here to C4, falling right into the trap.
No, I thought Mercy stacked their tanks up incredibly well. The E5s pushing heavily towards the D cap and then taking very good haul down positions with something on the B cap area. But not forgetting, of course, they had Pashok in the AMX-50B overlooking their positions as well. All the Evers of C4 were then spotted, and boy, they were just able to be really farmed. So
Indeed.
obviously now we move on to Fort Despair, which is another C4 pick.
Yeah, and just a quick mention to last game, we saw the 50B in action again and very well used. Let's see if we see another one here. And it does not seem that way. But to our surprise, we have 3 IS4s this time, Fujin.
We do indeed, but we still have a lot of Kranwagens. Double Kranwagen on the C4 side, double Kranwagen here on the Mercy side. So they still sticking with these Kranwagens. As you said, 3 IS4s for C4. Interesting.
Yeah, and it really as well shows in the hit points, 19,000 for C4 here. Going full on heavy, they want those HP, they want the armor, and they want to fight it out with Mercy here. And that's quite a lot of HP difference here. It's nearly a tier 10 medium at this point. And let's see if they can make that difference up.
Well, the IS4s are aggressively pushing into B there to control that middle area. We saw the E5s of Mercy going out to the far side of the map to overlook the A-cap with the rest of the heavies here, apart from the 215B, obviously, and the other one in the corner, trying to get these resets, but they just can't get it.
Yeah, and look at those Kranwagens. They've done substantial damage to the IS4s already, and Aquila here, not able to reset that C-cap, but spotting Nerv in return. Has to fall back though, as he did get spotted, and yet again C4 very passive here, though they did manage to grab B.
And they have got the cap advantage, and they've still got a substantial hit point pool over Mercy. But what we can see here, I mean, the T22, you can't see him. He's rotating back through. Here he is. And he's coming back round to the spawn point. And again, he may be able to farm the IS4 from there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the goal of the tank is. And he's putting in his first shots here, penning that IS4. And the Kranwagens here holding back really well. And the E5's just in support, holding. And not allowing C4 to push anywhere, but where they want them to. And Mercy seems to group up here with Nerv now grouping in as well. And the Kranwagens, they're pushing the first IS4 here and they're going super aggressive.
The Bajek mate here is being focused heavily. He's lost almost half his hit point, or in fact more than half his hit points.
And he is gonna go down to possibly 44 here in his T22, a lot of DPM. But the Kranwagen of Crocodile here goes down first. And C4 gets still hit point advantage, as they had more to start with. And the Focuser is just way better. Picking up
And Forever Noob goes down as well, of Mercy. Two tanks down now for Mercy. And 2 tanks down now for C4 also.
But Never is now also on a one-shot. There he goes, Lechnik picking up that kill, and C4 is in a really good position right now. Having that focus fire, and they have Mercy locked between their claws here. With a gun advantage as well, and way more hit points to boot.
Absolutely. I mean, Nerv here has got a Kranwagen behind him who's not fully loaded yet. And you can see there's something going down. Malenchik again, along with Vasilia, managing to put some pressure on.
Yeah, definitely. But we need to be worried about this T22 here. C4 splitting their focus maybe a little bit too much. Arkansas will get that FV with Kranwagen. And the T22 goes down, and we now should be pretty much secured here in C4. Takes their first victory on Fortis.
Absolutely. And I mean, it looked like they put themselves in a tight spot to begin with, but boy, did they managed to hold the push of Mercy coming into that B cap, getting Crocodile Caban down quite early on, which was a big blow for Mercy, allowing C4 to basically come back from that position, putting a lot of pressure onto Mercy.
Yeah.
Very good focus fire by C4. Really good stuff.
Yeah, that was really well played. And I actually think those IS4 might have been more of a bait now, because you saw C4 using them in the forefront. As you said, they were very aggressive in the middle there, and Mercy did push on them, but because of the armor that the IS4 has, being very trollish at times, they did survive for way longer than those Kranwagens did from Mercy that was singled out very quickly.
I mean, Fort Despair is always a tricky map, to be honest with you. And it's a question of, do you go heavy or do you go sort of medium heavy? And we saw there that C4 went not full on super heavy with Mouses or E100s, but 3 IS4s did make a big difference.
I really think it did. And as Mercy's lineup was more mobile, with especially that FV and the T22, I don't think they really were able to handle, even if they did have way more DPM in that game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, maybe the IS4s were there to bait and to just drag the Mercy guys into the B cap area and then allow them to just rotate and take them down.
Yeah, and we go to Vineyards here. This time the pick by Mercy, as the score is 1-2 for them, so they are still ahead here. But C4 still has the chance to come back, and Vineyards a very interesting map to play on.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always a tricky map, and it's always good to see how they approach it. And looking at the lineups, 50Bs are coming back in.
Yeah, and we have triple Kranwagen here from C4 with triple E5 and that one Vickers to scout and get that cap very quickly. But as you said, Mercy here, double 50B, triple E5 and a double T22 for that mobility and medium DPM. Really interesting how they play this, as we see the 50Bs in the city here, going very far forward.
Yeah, and aggressively into the city, no holding back, just straight there.
Yeah.
So the cap advantage will go to C4 just about, with the B cap being taken quickly by the Baycheck in the Vickers. But Mercy have taken A, and they do have those 50Bs in the city looking over the C cap.
Yeah, but we definitely do have that one Kranwagen there from Litovsky, and he might be able to reset if necessary, but for now he's just there to defend the city if it's pushed or not.
But there are now 3 tanks from Mercy in the city. There's the E5 of something joining them, and you can see the rest of the 2 T22s here of Mercy just holding back a bit. They went to the A cap, now they've rotated back towards their spawn, leaving Forever Noob as the man forward and Never over on the other side of the E5.
Yeah, but we see very aggressive play here by C4, sending those 2 E5s through the river, and the Kranwagens are going to join them pretty much immediately. And they're going to focus Forever here first, but the T22s are in a very good position to support them. And also never from above will be very helpful here. But they are a bit split up at this point. And the 50Bs are looking to join the fight very soon as well, as we see on the minimap here, pushing in onto those Kranwagens, and Aquila is losing a lot of hit points there in the middle.
But here comes something pushing onto Letovsky. He is pushing hard onto the Kranwagen there. He's the only one that's really isolated for C4. The rest of the tanks, they're brawling around, and we've lost Forever Noob.
Oh, and we lost the
Crocodile
second
Command.
50B as well. And Bajak here on 29 hit points, barely staying alive. Gets out another shot onto 44 here. And Mercy's in a really good position. 3 tanks down on their side, and C4 here still has 6. And this is looking really good for them.
It is. I mean, but here we got 44 fast capping the B. So the cap points at the moment are favouring Mercy, but they are losing tanks and they are losing hit points. And there goes another tank. There are 4 tanks down now compared to 2 of C4. But C4's HP is being whittled down slowly but surely. Vasilia here may be going down.
Oh, Litovsky's down to very low hit points here as well. It's now a one-shot, but something is on 1 hit point actually. Managing to stay alive somehow thanks to the RNG gods. And 44 here getting absolutely wrecked. And C4 here getting right back at it.
That was a massive amount of rolls into the T22 there.
It was.
I mean, it looked like maybe Mercy, they had quite a few one-shots they could have taken out there, but wow. What a comeback by C4 that was.
Yeah, look at that as well. The 50Bs, 1,800, not what you want them to do. They were focused very, very early on. 2 of the first 3 kills that happened on the side of Mercy here. So losing those clippers and that burst damage that you want to fight against the push did not happen. And C4
Absolutely. I mean, that would have been a big
advantage.
blow. That would have been a big blow to Mercy there, losing those 50Bs. And it would have changed the dynamic of their overall game plan, I would have thought.
I definitely agree, especially since Mercy, they did have a good position there, having those T22s in the back, having someone, it was Nerf and Forever Noob there split up, so they have to focus someone. And pushing with 4 tanks, but not being able to unitedly shoot the same, really did not help for C4, but those 50Bs, way too aggressive, pushing over the middle there. We didn't actually catch it on camera, but the second died in the B cap, so I think they went in a bit too early or maybe too far away from the team and got singled out.
But what we did see there, though, is that, I mean, C4 knew the 50Bs were in the city, knowing that there were 2 tanks light, Mercy in the middle area, allowed them to do that aggressive push onto Forever Noob in the E5. As you said, dragging in the 50Bs into the middle area, and really well played by C4.
Yes. And now with the scores tied 2-2, we get onto another C4 pick here, which is Canal, a really good map, and one of those like Faust with 4 caps. So getting that early cap pressure is important, or preventing exactly that.
And as you can see here, they've gone for triple Kranwagen C4.
Really seems to work for them.
It certainly does. They've got 3 E5s and a Vickers to do those spots. Looking at Mercy, we got double T22 and 1 Vickers light, and the remainder being E5s. So as you said, it's all about who gets those quick caps normally, but is that going to be the game plan here today?
I don't think so, especially since C4 is pushing very far through the riverbed here with those E5s, cutting off A immediately, not going for C, and are going to lose D here to a fast triple cap from the mediums and the light tank. And Pashok here also taking a very good spot, shutting down C. So they're not going to be able to get any cap advantage, but at the same time C4 shuts off the B control completely for Mercy.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, C4 now potentially could close down A, B, and C caps in real terms, because virtually the whole of the Mercy team, with the exception of something in Pashok, are on the other side over the D cap. They are pushing around, though. We can see that into the spawn area of C4.
Oh, great shot there from something across the map. But the problem here with C4 is they did not get that A cap quick enough, so Mercy here actually is in control, because they don't have to push, because C4 is the one to make a move, and since they cannot stop a cap, they need to grab one or take kills here. putting a lot of pressure, especially on a map like Canal, which is very open.
I mean, absolutely, and it's where is the weak spot that C4 can push on here? I mean, you would have to say that odds would say looking at the B cap area, which is where they're stacking their tanks up at the moment.
I don't actually think that would be the correct idea there, because we have something to spot it very quickly, and we have a second E5 to immediately reset if necessary. And we also have those other E5s there of Never and Crocodile sitting right behind B, giving a cross shots into that. So if you go on to B, they will die.
They must have heard you, Every, because now they're rotating tanks round, especially all the Kranwagens, towards the C cap area.
And Crocodile in a very good spot, spotting those tanks, often used in tournaments, and not a rare sight to see. And the Vickers perfect for the job with the great gun mantle that it has, and of course the amazing view range.
Absolutely, but again, we've got C4 here stacking their tanks up, both left and right flanks at the moment, overlooking the B and the C cap, biding their time. They're not going to push just yet because the timer doesn't need to have a panic push at this moment.
Definitely, but it seems that Bajak is a little bit lost at this position here. He does not know what to do, or C4 is not sure what to do with it, as he's just joining our tanks here and there, moving around. Might actually try to get a sneaky B cap here, but it's very, very risky.
But Mercy have stacked their tanks up potentially to reset B and reset C if need be. They've still got a lot of tanks over on the ridges or over the D cap area. It's going to be an interesting one because, as you say, C4 have no choice. They have to push at some stage.
Definitely, and that's why we said earlier at the start of the game, cap advantage is on this map the most important thing to do, and Mercy got that thanks to D with that triple cap. C4 here being a bit too slow with the Vickers going all the way to A, having to get around the spawn area first. Not a great thing to happen here, and they are now in quite the lockdown.
Now, normally on the EU server, we will see the timer get down to around the 800 mark before we see any pushes.
We see the push here though from C4. And Nevetier here is the first one to lose a lot of hit points in Aquila now as well, and something. His position is paying off, and so is everyone else from Mercy here, who has the spot to deal with this. But Pashok is losing a lot, and so is Aquila. But also,
Aquila
push
has got to go down here, surely. Yes.
And he goes down to Pashok, but look at that, C4 have split their push. One on B and one on C, and it has not worked out as Mercy is way more united here, shutting down the cap B and running with 44, luring 4 tanks away. And a very well thought out strategy here from Mercy to counter what C4 had to offer on this map.
Admittedly, Mercy did lose Crocodile Caban, but that's a good sacrifice because they've taken a lot of tanks out for that one loss. Yeah, and they're now able to cap B as well.
Yeah, the hit points still are doable here, but being 2 tanks down is not really optional, especially losing those 3 E5s, which have the most DPM of those heavies, and the Kranwagens not really well in quick fights, more over long and derated fights. But currently, with the time really hurrying here, this is not going to be possible, even if they do get Never here. It's
Never
really
goes
close.
down. But Pashok is also looking, and so is Nerve. They're both looking very well. Pashok now is only a one-shot.
Oh, but look at that Bajak here, and Pashok. Oh, but Pashok able to win the duel here.
Wow,
44
that's an
is now getting
important
focused.
duel.
Yeah, there goes Arkansson, and it's now just Litovsky. Can he pick up Pashok here? Or will he go down before the cap? Hits 1,000. And
No,
he does not
1,000.
get the kill. Pashok on 23 hit points survives, and Mercy takes match point here.
Absolutely. I mean, that was. I mean, you're right. I mean, the fast cap there for Mercy was so important, and C4 needed to get that Vickers round to that A cap area, and it just did, or even cap C. They had an aggressive push through the middle, and they just failed to capitalize by getting that cap quickly. Put them on the back foot from the start of the game.
And Mercy there with really good positioning, especially shutting down B and C. And C4 had a forced hand, and Mercy there with the bait, having just that one T-22 dragging away 4 tanks out of the fight is really crucial, and it helped them a lot.
I mean, admittedly, they lost Crocodile Caban really early in the Vickers, did Mercy, but it was a fair trade. They lost 1 tank for the loss of 3 heavies for C4.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was the
that's a
important
good
heavies
trade.
at that as well. It was all of the E5s, those that had reactive armor, those that had the DPM, because the Kranwagens don't have that. So also very good focus selection here by Mercy, and ended up giving them the victory here on Canal.
And as you said, I mean, it's put them into match point. I mean, they only have to win the next game, and I believe the next game is a map of their choice.
Indeed, and it's with Canal the second map that Mercy has stolen from C4 here. So the morale might not be the greatest on their team, so it's really up to, can they get their brain into it, or will the mentality just fail here?
But we have seen C4 come back and take games to a decider. We saw that yesterday. Will they be able to do it on Middleburg? It's always an interesting map. It could be the bottom in the city area, or it could be up on the top. With that lineup, what are you thinking, Every?
We have a 215B double Kranwagen this time, and a triple E5. We're definitely looking like a play up top here for C4. And with that Amelie in it, because you're going down, looking to get that A cap, or just spotting very early here into the city. He is spotted already, but he will see the ones capping B. But Mercy here, wanting to get that cap control in C and B now. And with a very similar lineup as well, in comparison to C4 here.
That's a great shot by 44 into Dead Emily.
Oh, and he loses some more hit points down to a possible 2-shot here. Losing a lot of hit points early on. Mercy here also trying to bleed a lot. But they're
This
pushing
is a
on
big
Limited
push.
and Aquila here. But they're not alone.
No, it's a big push by those E5s of Mercy. They may be able to get a tank down here, though.
They will definitely get that first E5. Aquila here needs to pump out as much damage as he can. But Arkansas is losing a lot. He's down to a 1-shot and he's burning to death by 44. Really good pickup here. Hit points are still similar, but we're down 2 guns now on the side of C4, and it's not looking good.
Forever Noob goes down to Aquila, but look at the rotation again by Mercy coming to close down Aquila now.
Yeah, we now have all the tanks here, but Crocodile loses a lot of hit points. He's down to a 1-shot now. But Pashok is nearly fully loaded here, and he's gonna join the fight in the middle. And that Amelie drops as well. It's not looking favorable here. But it is still able to be turned around. But Aquila will drop, and it's now a 3-on-5 here. And it's going to be very close.
What Latovsky is very low, 560 hit points. Pashok is also very low on 800, and so is 44. It all depends if they can get Latovsky out here in that Kranwagen, and yes, they do.
Nerf gets the kill there, and it's now just Bijek and Lechnik left. And the first one goes down, just leaving DFV left. And this seems to be the game for Mercy here, taking a 2-4.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a good move by Mercy to begin with. I mean, wow. The first part of the game, they had their E5s on the ridge, and they just rotated in and pushed those E5s in the city. That you were right, there was backup on the C4 side, but the backup was a long time coming, and then they lost their Kranwagen very, very, very early.
And also that Amelie trying to spot on that B curve, actually not succeeding in finding the targets, but lost a lot of hit points there, getting down to like 700 or 800. And the backup was not there. The focus fire was also kind of missing. And C4 there getting annihilated more or less by Mercy here. And are going to move down to the losers bracket.
Whereas Mercy will go into the grand final later on today.
Yeah.
I mean, really well played by Mercy. Different C4 to what we saw yesterday, but
Definitely.
As the case may be, they were still great games. They didn't let us down. They were aggressive games. It was really intense stuff, really good stuff. But do you reckon we should go over and find out what the analysts think?
I definitely do want to see what they have to hear or have to say about these great games. And yeah, looking forward to their comments.
I get that.
Hello.
Our analysts definitely have something to say about the first match, C4
Oh,
versus
absolutely.
Mercy from
Oh.
Crocodiles. So I'm gonna Wild Ones Helper. What do you think?
Well,
It
let's
was-
actually talk about a general overview about the two clans for C4 and Mercy. Let's begin with C4. They didn't start really well. They grew into the game. They started with, first two games, the focus fire and the kind of their choices with the push was questionable at times, but they grew into the game where in Vineyards you saw them, they did a really good move to shut down the Mercy tanks. But after that, C4, they lost their mojo with that Canal really good game from Mercy. And then Middleburg, just everything just snowballed against them when Mercy created a really beautiful chaos. As for Mercy, at the start, they started really well with the wonderful focus fire and also their rotations. In the middle, they died off a bit with, the T-22s. They started bouncing a lot of shots, but then they picked back up. I think they had a good crap top. Whoever did that deserves credit. They just grew into the game. Good rotations and good focus fire. Beautiful last game.
Overall, it was just beautiful to see because
can't hear
you
you,
saw
Eminent,
you saw
Could you
C4.
please turn on
Oh,
your microphone
sorry.
on Discord so we can hear you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Thank
still not
you.
used to this. No, I want to say it was beautiful to see because you saw C4, the first two games, they were really watching Mercy play. They were learning, and you could see that in the two games after that, C4 took home. They were just basically they had learned Mercy's playstyle and they punished them for it. The thing is though that the game after the fifth game and the sixth game, the fifth game they started to make their push. So instead of letting Mercy push them, which is what they had let them do so well the two games previously that they won, Mercy punished them for it because it was not playing to C4 strength anymore. And just that sixth game. That was actually really funny because you could see the Vickers, it got spotted. But now we're going to the first game first.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a lot of quick desert action here.
Yeah, I will say the main problem I was seeing here with C4 is that they pushed down the middle. Contrary, I have to disagree with Eri here because I believe they went up like that and they got heavily focused down there. And as you can see, it was just not going to be C4's game there.
It's always a very dangerous part to push through the middle because I think with the Crown Rockets there, they would have had more success pushing over the train tracks on one side or the other to basically create that pincer rather than pushing straight into Mercy all around. And it's kind of the same here because you have C4 pushing one side of Mercy and Mercy just deciding, okay, then we'll push you in the rear as well. And that kind of cost C4 the game.
I mean, the second game, I was thinking Mercy got themselves really, really spread out. I was not sure if they could do it, but now we're seeing the third game. Third game, it was the game that Mercy, the focus fire was off. They were wondering whether they should go for Nabitier or they should go for Valek. And yeah, the T-22 also bounced a lot of shots, so it wasn't a game for Mercy to rewind.
Well, not just that, but C4 by this time they had realized how Mercy was playing, so they literally let Mercy come to them. And basically, they kept feigning their moves, giving the idea that they had a weakness, and then letting Mercy push on that, and then it turned out not to be a weakness.
I mean, shall Mercy waited longer, it could have worked better. And this one is going to be really strange. Really good response from C4. Once Mercy tries to get C4 just come to push. I was wondering why they didn't go for Forever Noob very quick with the Crown Vagans, but no. Mercy, the 50Bs, C4 were waiting for that to appear somewhere, and they just eviscerated that tank.
That push by C4, it was sort of like a fake move. They were pushing and they were waiting for those AMXs to come out so that those Crown Wagons, they didn't push with, so they could punish those AMXs. They knew where they were.
Okay, and this fifth game was a really, really good game from Mercy in terms of positioning. C4 tries to push on B, but that was not the push you should go first because it was very exposed. And this final game, beautiful chaos from Mercy. I was very afraid that they could not be in control of that, but no. They weren't in total control. They focused fire really well. C4 looked really confused here.
I think that's exactly it. Like you said, beautiful chaos. That's the only way to describe these Mercy gameplay. But it was like when they saw that Vigor spotting, they knew that they would not be up the hill. And you could pretty much see them say on voice, okay, we're just going to go city and we're going to go straight into them. Because it was the thing that C4 least expected. And it caught them off guard. And that's exactly what I said from the beginning. If Mercy can get C4 off guard, if they can pull the rug from under their feet, then all bets are off, and Mercy delivered for sure.
Yeah, very, very impressed by Mercy in the last 2 games, especially. The Canal game. I was saying if C4 also the Mercy, those medium tanks baiting, those distracting C4's forces, allowing Mercy to make a good counter push. That was also another thing that was really good from Mercy. They are not afraid of chaos. They are trying to get on top of chaos as much as they can, and they deliver it here. However, I'm worried if they're heading into grand finals, they need to make sure they should get all their shots in, and hopefully they can be a little bit more patient. And I think Mercy can be very hard to beat.
I think in this case with Mercy, I think their strength lies in their chaotic gameplay. It has been their strength. Basically, they make a very quick call based on a split-second decision that they make. And for the most part, it works out for them. Like, especially that match on Canal, they got that cap advantage, so all they had to do was wait for C4 to push somewhere. And C4 pushing on both sides wasn't an issue, because they just calculated where the most tanks were, and they went after the weaker side. Those T-22s with the DPM at base B, they just massacred C4 there.
Beautiful chaos. I'm gonna remember it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice phrase. So what should we wait in the grand final? That's going to be a surprise for each and every viewer for our live stream. Blitz CS Cup is here live now, and hello to everyone that just joined our live stream. We are about to make a product announcement that Stony said will blow your mind, so stay tuned. Very soon we'll make this beautiful chaos live. And yes, so Amanet, Wild Ones Helper, thank you so much for great analytics. It was very clear. Even for those,
Thank you very much.
for those players here are not very familiar with esports, with tournaments, but you did really great job, and I think that we'll see you very, very soon. Not
Thank
even
you.
after the second match, but after the product announcement, so stay tuned.
Thank you.
Tony, I'm stressed, depressed, but as people say, well dressed, I'm not ready to make this product announcement, you know.
So you want me to start, right?
Yes, please.
How we're gonna do it? I'll make a short intro, then we see some video, and then Alexandra will sum up it, and after that we're gonna hear what our respected analytics think about it. And yeah, I'm trying to stall the time, to postpone the moment I need to start talking about what is going to happen.
I think that in our live chat is like, oh, well, Blitz is dying, we're closing the
no,
game.
guys, no, nothing is dying. We're doing great, and this announcement is about to make things even more greater for some of our players, I believe. Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
we're just rolling some things, you know.
Some things. Okay. I think that it's safe to say that some of you may already guess what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about ATGMs, which is one of the most hot topics during last year. I think you agree with me on this, Alexandra.
Mostly.
Mostly, okay. So, by the time we introduced ATGMs, the main idea behind was to add some variability to the game, to encourage players to create some new situations, to create some new tactics in battles. And we knew it would be kinda tricky because the mechanic is whole new and it was kinda risky, but we still did it and implemented ATGMs for high-level American light tanks, while keeping in mind that it will most likely need some balance adjustments after the release. And basically it turned out that ATGMs turned out to have an army of fans as well as an army of critics. And our plan was that eventually ATGMs will be properly balanced, and the players will figure out how to use them, both how to use them and how to counter them, which will eventually lower the level of negativity around them. But, however, not but in terms of statistics, ATGMs are currently perfectly fine, which can be seen by our statistics that we show like every month on our Discord channels. But besides the statistics, we have one more important, important parameter to stick to, important parameters that we need to comply with. It's our community feedback. And our community feedback in terms of ATGMs is quite controversial. We received numerous reports that in some cases ATGMs can't be properly countered at all, especially if we are talking about heavy tanks, slow tanks that can just do nothing against fast tanks that can shoot you from above. So, all things considered, we decided to cut ATGMs to a short and remove them in update 7.5. So, in update 7.5, D92E1 and Sheridan will lose their rockets and will receive hit shells with 310 penetration and 490 damage per shot. And one more thing, we're not taking them away completely, but that is part that Alexandra will cover for you as soon as we watch a short teaser that will sum up that thing what I was talking about last minutes.
Yeah,
so
so
let's watch it.
I need a minute to drink my Carvalol and let's watch the video. Here we go. So, seems that our stream is turning into please remove ATGMs from the game lovers. Here we go. From 7.5 update ATGM, so rockets will be finally removed from the game, but we know that we have a lot of players that don't like missiles. However, there are a lot of players, His Royal Fatness, hello, that love ATGM tanks, that are crazy about these mechanics, that love these mechanics and find it very interesting and variable. So, we made a decision. So from update 7.5, there won't be any ATGM tanks. There will be Sheridan and T92E1 in the random battles in your garage, but these tanks won't have ATGM rockets. However, we have decided to save the mechanic for those who love this, and you'll have the opportunity to play with rockets, with ATGM, with missiles in our game modes, in Made Games, Uprising, Boring Games, Gravity, and you'll also have the opportunity to play in the training rooms. It's very important to notice that our game mode when you play 5 versus 5
Skirmish.
game mode. Yeah, this game mode doesn't provide the opportunity to play ATGMs. It's easy to explain why, because this game mode is just copy and paste of our random battles, but with less players and with smaller maps. So it's very comfortable to play with Sheridan, with T92E1, with ATGMs on smaller maps with less players per team. So this game mode won't allow you to play ATGMs. But if we have, as we have already mentioned, we remove ATGMs from the game. But how can you play in training rooms on game modes? That's the moment we should explain now. We introduce the new tank, Sheridan Missile, as you have just mentioned in our video that you've just watched. So, Sheridan Missile will, every player that have researched our Sheridan, the current version, will receive Sheridan Missile with the current tech characteristics. So it's like copy and paste of the current Sheridan, and you'll receive the same with the missile. But you can play this tank only in training rooms and in our game modes, except skirmish. I think that it's clear as for now. This Sheridan missile is a collector tank, so you can sell it for gold, but the cost of it is only 5. Attention, it's very important, 5 gold. Not 5k, 505 gold coins. So please don't sell this tank and just keep it in your garage. What's more, as you have already watched in the video, we have a small surprises from ATGM with love to the guys that love the mechanics. So for the guys that have at least 25 battles on T92E1 and on Sheridan, we have prepared a special medal that calls Missile Man. So if you have at least 25 battles on these tanks, you'll receive this medal. As well, we have created a special avatar. The name of the avatar is not finalized yet, so it's also devoted to our ATGM mechanics. And to receive this avatar, you need at least, attention, 700 battles on our ATGM tanks. So if you have at least 700 battles, you'll receive this avatar. What's more, we have also created special camo. The name of this camo is Ice Comet. It is for T92E1 and for Sheridan as well. And after our update 7.5, it will be unlocked for these tanks for those who has these tanks researched. So if you have your tank on T92E1 or Sheridan researched, then you'll be able to install this camo IC comment, and it's free to resupply this camo. So that's like a pack of gift for ATGM lovers. And frankly speaking, I'm sorry that we removed these mechanics. As for me, it was very interesting. However, we care about your feelings, and we received a lot of feedback. And you know that for a long time, we did our best to balance ATGM tanks, to balance the mechanics. However, you don't like it, so that was we made the decision to remove ATGM from random battles, from rating battles, and to switch only for our game modes and training rooms.
Totally makes sense. So, guys, to sum it up, as soon as update 7.5 lands, don't be surprised if as soon as you update, you will have 2 Sheridans in your garage. It's totally fine. One is Sheridan Missile for fun modes, one is regular Sheridan without missiles, with new hit shells that you will be able to drive around in any game mode you want. Yeah, that's basically all. And I think it's high time to hear what our guests think about the upcoming changes. Let's hear them out. Amanet, Wildens, what do you think about this?
I would do a little dance if I could. This is like Christmas is coming early, best news ever.
Oh, I mean, we will be hearing. I was I was being a bit funny during the random matches when I get like missile. I will use that hashtag, but now it's now removed. And well, yeah, taking cover is now a big deal now. Yeah, you need to take cover. You can take cover.
Well,
It's
that's
not like you will get shot from above.
that's the thing. For me, the problem with
Yeah.
the ATGM was always that you can get hit from when you're behind cover or when you're perfectly angled by a tank that doesn't even need to show itself. That's always been the problem. So I'm really glad that Wargaming actually listens to all the tons of feedback that they've gotten over time. I mean, it took a little bit of time, and I understand that you tried to basically balance it out first, but the thing is that the problem with ATGM was never how much pen they had or how much damage they did. It was just literally the mechanic itself. So I'm just really glad Wargaming listened and that they're going to be removed and that they get normal tanks and normal guns, because the tanks are great. It's just the missiles. So for me, this is like I said, it's early Christmas. This is fantastic.
And I like how it's also available in the special gamers, so that you still have some fun with the missiles. Because I remember the event with those missiles can be really fun to play, but it can. I mean, if it's like in the random matches, it can be a tough opponent to face. I mean, imagine how much salt you have when you get shot by a missile. I mean, imagine that, and that's not cool.
I've seen quite a few replays of very epic damage games where the game is actually won by the Sheridan because they have the high ground and they can literally just shoot the roof of the tank that is below them, which they would never have been able to do with a normal gun.
So, Amaranth, I've heard that Wild is very happy with the possibility to play the Sheridan with ATGM mechanics in the game modes. What about you? Do you
I don't
think
mind
it's
it.
appropriate?
In the fun game modes, I really don't mind it. I mean, it's a crazy game mode for a reason, so a crazy tank in there is just fine. It's just in the regular battles that are serious that I feel that this mechanic doesn't belong.
Okay, what do you think about tournaments? Should we keep, for example, Sheridan Missile for the tournaments, or it's not a good idea?
No, especially there. That's especially where cover and angling. Sorry, I like a thing. Go on, Jack.
No. Well, as a caller though, I think that I will get a lot of hate saying that I think that Sheridan can diversify the gameplay, but no, please. I mean, like, it kind of destroys the defensive gameplay, but we don't see a lot recently because it's somewhat balanced, but I think it shouldn't be in tournaments as well.
Okay, so I'm happy that you're happy. I think that we can bring our Hello to Rolling Swarm, finally. ATGMs
Yay.
are removed from the game, so welcome back anytime you want. And here we go. Of course, we'll post everything in details on our news articles and on our social pages, so stay tuned. We'll duplicate everything, we'll post everything with details, and we'll of course share the awesome video and all the nice avatars and camouflages and medals for you, so you'll have the kind of information you can read anytime. So yes, ATGMs are off. It's a kind of end of era of ATGMs, and 7.5 release will be the date. Like Amanda says, it's a Christmas present for those who didn't like the mechanics. So yes.
Okay, thank you guys for commenting on it. It was very deep, and it was good to have someone from community to share like the very first feedback about this news. So yeah, highly appreciate it. And
Thank you
now
for listening.
Thank you again. And now I think we can get back to our respected commentators and proceed with next match as soon as we are ready.
Yeah. So I'm Annette Wild. See you soon. Thank you very much. After the second match, we'll talk with you. So, Yujit, you've heard everything. No more ATGMs in the world of Tanks Blitz. How do you feel?
I'm very happy because I can't play the tanks. I'm no good at the missiles. I just can't throw them.
I have to agree with that. I'm not able to play them properly, but a lot of people wanted it. A lot of people are gonna be happy about the changes, and I think it was very elegantly made, especially with the second Sheridan to be played in game mode. So we're gonna have to see what the community says about it.
Yeah, we'll see. Will we have any ATGM tanks in our future match? So it's time to switch to the gameplay. Fugit, Avery, good luck. See you soon.
Thank you. And yeah, Fujit, we now have our lower bracket finals. What do you have to say, Gucci Gang versus C4 here?
Well, I mean, we've seen a different C4 today against Mercy than what we saw yesterday against 7 Star. So I'm waiting to see which C4 turns up for this game. We saw Gucci Game yesterday, G Game, play really well against 7 Star. They also went down to Mercy, so it'd be interesting to see what they do.
Definitely. And both teams have beaten 7 Stars, so technically from that point they should be on equal footing. But the first map we get is Fortesbank, which we saw before, and it is again a C4 pick.
Absolutely. And as you can see here with the lineup, C4 again going with these Kranwagens, E5s, and an IS4 and a T22, where we have Gucci Game here rolling out in the E5. They also have an IS4 and Kranwagens, but more importantly, it's that E100.
Yes, it is. It is an E100, a tank you don't normally see on this map specifically. It's a tank that is often used in maps like Mage and Ruins or Dynasty's Pearl, more for the reset situation and using that high alpha, but the accuracy makes it quite hard to handle against tanks like the E5s.
The thing is
let's
that
see how the teams can handle it.
this is the first time we've seen a super heavy on the CIS server, I believe. And what I'm interested in at the moment is those E5s are hanging back in the spawn for C4.
They are very far back indeed, yes.
Now, we saw strats like this being played against 7 Star yesterday by C4, where they held back their heavies for a long time. And you can see there the T22 fast capping the C cap, but those heavies are still just sitting in the spawn.
I think we can expect another sort of trap here with G-Game looking to see where are those tanks, because that's their playstyle. What are the opponents doing? Where are their position? But now with the shots coming in to arrest them here, I'm pretty sure they have a rough idea that some tanks are indeed still back there.
Well, yeah, they are blind shooting across there. I mean, our G game, they're trying to get blind shots in. We did see Masher in the E5 fire a shot over as well, though. But those E5s still haven't moved. They're still there.
Yeah. And we also have some very defensive locations here from the Kranwagens, especially Arkansas, very far back. And we gotta remember C4 has cap advantage here. They got C earlier, but B, the hard cap and the most fought over, has been taken by Gucci Gang here. So we gotta see how they make use of that.
But it's interesting because C4 game plan here, they know that G game have got to push. And here comes the IS4 of G game. They are pushing through round that center onto the IS4 of Michaela. That will maybe bring the E5s eventually in, but now they've moved even further back.
Yeah, Dark Time there is very aggressive. I'm surprised that he did not take a shot there that penetrated. But C4 seems to be trying to counter push here, but Rimosh is a bit far back, but Masha here is getting focused very hard by Gucci Gang here. And they have a really good position right now, trying to fend off this push from C4.
C4 now coming through the middle, trying to push onto B, thinking or hoping that majority of G game are going down towards their spawn. I don't know.
Losing a bit.
I don't know if that's working.
We have Envision here in a very strong hold down spot, and so far the hit points are very in favor of Gucci Gang here now, 5,000 difference. And if they can make that work and keep this going, this should be really good. But Skilloid here in this E100 is getting focused really hard. But Nevitia here gets out first on the side of C4.
I think G-Game were wise to what C4 were doing, and they bled C4. There we go. There's one tank down finally for G-Game, and Dark Time is going to go eventually. But
Yeah, Masha, they are pushing onto him.
But C4 have been bled. I mean, Litovsky is a one-shot. Masha is a one-shot. Masha goes down. Sorry, Litovsky is a two-shot. Masha goes down. There's only 3 tanks left.
But look at the hit points. We have double the HP for G-Game here. They have the point advantages now as they have 1 extra tank. And but we are here trying to help out on Lechnik, but it's not going to really help him. Litovsky goes down and it just leaves the last 2 tanks left. And Gucci Gang here takes the first game.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 Kranbargens there, Envision and Cat, are still really healthy as well. I mean, I think G-Game were wise to what C4 were trying to pull there.
I'm also not sure if C4 really had a strategy. It was their map pick, but it didn't seem to work, as G-Game seemed to have played not to what C4 wanted here, especially if you look at some of those damage numbers. Arkansas, Nivitier, Aquila, the tanks that got focused early, not able to dish out as much, and a really good focus fire there from G-Game.
Well, it seemed that C4's plan was to hold back on their heavies, let G-Game push towards their spawn onto the IS-4 so they could rotate through the B. But G-Game had kept their E100 in that center area, as well as a couple of heavies, and it sort of backfired for C4 there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Gucci Gang was actually able to read all of that strategy, but I'm pretty sure they had a good grasp of what was going to happen, so they were able to shut them down so efficiently and so well. Because they lost 2 tanks before Skilloid in his E100 went down, who initially got pushed first. So really good focus fire and a lot of bounces on C4 there.
Mm-hmm. But the interesting thing again, this was a map pick for C4.
Yeah, they really don't seem to win their maps today. We hope that they can pick it up, because the next match will be a map from Gucci Gang here. And it's a map that they have lost before as well.
Yes, that's true. But so it's got to be. I mean, that's got to be an alarm though, because Fort Despair was a C4 pick, and to be fair, they lost convincingly on that map.
They really weren't able to pull themselves together there. Maybe it was the nerves from losing that last match against Mercy, but we're now moving to Canal here. This is the pick from Gucci Gang, and C4 have played this before. So let's see if Gucci Gang has got a grasp of maybe C4 will surprise us here.
Again, it's an interesting map. We saw it earlier where C4 didn't play it particularly well. What do you think about this meta though, my friend?
We see a 50B again here, Gucci Gang taking that this time, and Envision here also going very aggressive, but we see double 50B on the other side with triple Kranwagen there from C4 here, a lot of clippers and very aggressive as well. I mean, look at Lechnik there pushing down, has to drop, but Rimosh there a bit in trouble, and Kirusha is out already. That's what the clippers are good for. And that's exactly what happened. And the Kranwagens are pushing onto Rastem now. But Dark Time, he wants that E5 out. And this is big.
But now they're going to try and push onto Lenchek there. And the E5's in the middle of C4 is G-Game. G-Game are attacked down. Lenchek does go down. But
Envision here, he's currently dropping, and the 50Bs of C4 are moving in and will be reloaded any second. And with that constant fire of that Amelie here, this is looking really good so far. We have a good HP lead as well.
But Envision has gone down. And Cat is going to go down. There you go. Cat's gone down too.
Aquila here also is very low, but he's currently not even in danger. But Litovsky here, he will drop to Skilloid. Gets that kill as well. And that Amelie here able to use his good DPM on these E5 sides now. And C4 here in a really strong position right now.
But Rustum goes down as well, and Gucci Gang here are losing tanks quickly, and to be fair, they're losing them quicker than C4 are losing theirs.
Skilloid here really good with picking up those kills, but I think it's a little bit too late. Look at those 50Bs, they are still alive and nowhere close to dying, other than Masha here being low on half. But C4 really using those autoload as well Getting that Vickers out super early as well, Kirusha are not expecting it. And the aggression this time from C4 just paid off really beautifully.
And while Skilloid was still very healthy, there was no way he was going to come back from 2 AMX50Bs and that Vickers. It was just never going to happen.
Definitely.
So, all change again. This time C4 winning a map that was a pick of Gucci Gang.
Yeah, and it was pretty convincing if you see that early kill onto Kirusha, not able to contribute anything, and then really good focus fire using that auto top damage, both of them on 3000, and getting 5 kills between them. Really crucial impact by those clippers, and the Russians know how to use them.
Absolutely. I mean, losing the Vickers there, Kirusha, so early with 0 damage. I mean, being smacked convincingly by the AMX50Bs as they were going to A was a heavy blow for Gucci Gang. And then they had a sort of a bitty push. It was a brawly push around the center area, around the B cap, C cap, in that canal dip, which really didn't go according to plan for them. It was more of a panic moded setting after losing tanks so quickly.
Especially with 2 Kranwagens there from C4 coming into that exact dip, and the 50Bs from the side with the Vickers of constant fire. I think Gucci Gang, they're not really able to respond to that. That was a really hard hit early on with the Vickers, and I think that struck a nerve, got them ill-prepared, and they just did not know how to respond to that.
And of course, completely different game to what we saw C4 play when they played against Mercy on the same map earlier.
Definitely. It was really hard aggression. It was not, as we said before, it's not just blind pushing. It's with a strategy, and it worked out wonderfully here. And that's what Russia can really pull off really well.
And I must admit, I mean, I thought C4's focus fire in that game was a lot more improved than what we saw earlier for Despair.
It seems that didn't hit them mentally, especially since it was their pick. But they just got themselves together and they got that focus fire down to a T. And it was just beautiful to watch with an amazing game.
Absolutely. And it's leveled the scores back up going into the 3rd game. And don't forget, it's still best of 7. So it's the first of those 4 wins. And,
Exactly.
C4 will be wanting to bounce back early after the first defeat on Fort Despair.
Yeah. Especially the next map is again a Gucci Gang pick, so they want to make sure to win that one as they are looking to not lose on their own maps, and it's going to be exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a map that they played before. It's a map that they weren't successful on earlier, so I wonder if they've changed their meta or they've changed their strategy on this one. I mean, we're going to find out shortly. But it's going to be an interesting one because if C4 can just consolidate here, I mean, here we get the map. It is going to be Desert Sands. They did lose it to Mercy in the first game last time. But if they can just control it, they could go up here against Gucci Gang.
Yeah, and especially with that momentum of winning this last game so convincingly. We're looking for an interesting map, and we see Mouse.
And a double mouse in that.
Mouse. Yeah, and that combination with an IS4, double Kranwagen, and double E5 here from Gucci Gang going full on heavy. And that is a lot of hit points to boot, 19,000 versus C4 there with only 17.5, being quite a bit down there. So we're going to see if they can work that DPM, especially with that FV and that Vickers. That have a lot more.
But the mobility is in favour of C4 here rather than Gucci Gang, to be perfectly honest with you. They can get round the map a lot better than those mouses.
Definitely, and look how far Rimosh already got in the desert there. And Kirusha in the city as well. He's going to get to that dip very quickly. And C4 is kind of pushed back here. They need to get out of there because A is not able to really be taken by them anymore.
But that's a good move by Rimosh. He's got really good support with the Kranwagen and the E5s with him. And that is sort of put C4 on the back foot because they can't really focus the mouse. And we know that. And that brings the E5s in that Kranwagen into play. Skilloid is able, therefore, to drop into the C cap.
Oh, is he? He doesn't get the shot into that Emily, but he's going to get that capture. And also Ace getting capped and really good cap pressure here from G-Game. making use of those mouses really well and being aggressive as well.
And as you see, they forced C4 into putting shots into Karusha in the mouse, which went down the middle.
Yeah, and we're gonna see a push here, but we're gonna lose quite some hit points. Aquila, they're dropping 2 shots onto him, but Skilloid is out of the fight and is gonna be that for quite a while here. So if the hit point boost of those mouses will be enough, is what we have to find out and see.
But we can see there that the E5s of C4 have dropped their reactive armor to try and help out with that loss of damage. It is a big push into the middle. They've gone behind the plane, trying to get the shots in, and they are getting shots in, but they are being bled massively by G-Game.
Look at the hit points as well. C4's already down to 12,000, and Dead Emily's a one-shot, and so is Aquila. And the focus fire here is just very well executed. 2 tanks dropping there, but also Rastum going down. And this is looking really promising so far, with still both mouses and a lot of hit points to boot.
Absolutely, and the IS-4 of Skilloid is now in the fight, and he took down the Dead Emily and the Vickers, and now they're pushing on the 215B of the Baycheck. He goes down, only 3 tanks left. Well, it's actually 2 and a bit now, because Litovsky is only on 700.
Oh, and Rimosh is looking to get that kill, but Skilloid here able to pick it up, and Cap will go down. But this game is gonna be Gucci Gangs with still 10,000 hit points to go. And 5 out of the 7 tanks still remaining.
And Lenchek is about to go down, and there he goes, leaving Masha as the last tank standing. Really can't do too much. 2 very healthy mouses are still on the battlefield.
Yeah, and this is game for Gucci Gang here, winning on points as well with that C and A camp early on. And a crushing defeat here against those mouses.
But I was about to say, what an absolutely genius strategy. I mean, have you ever seen mouses being taken into the desert like that on this map?
Oh, I have not, and it was really used well. Rimosh there going super aggressive with the support of his team, and Kirusha there, unspotted, can take his time, go through the dip, and spot if something leaves the desert, and also taking a lot of attention as well. And just a wonderful play by them. Gucci Gang really mastering this map.
I mean, you generally expect the mice to go into the city to cap the C cap and hang around there. To send, I mean, it was a genius move, and it really put C4 on the back foot because they were going into the desert. They saw the mouse with Rimosh with those heavies in support. They really couldn't push on it. It was just a genius move. And as we saw there, the 2 mice at the end of the battle still very healthy.
And they also had really good focus fire as well, getting those targets out early. Especially the Vickers Light there going out, or at least really low on hit points. I think having 16 left really early.
And again, you know, not to underestimate the vital role that Skilloid played in the IS-4, taking the C-cap and then pushing through the spawn point of C4.
Yeah, he got right behind C4. I think what they hoped to do was they saw someone capping, they wanted to check who it is, found out it was Skilloid, and that Emily then, of course, had to join up with the rest, and the plan was to push. But thanks to the amazing hit points that those mouses get and the general higher hit point pool than they had, they hoped for a push here, and those mouses and Kranbangs don't have a lot of DPM. But C4 already bled hit points, so it kind of went against what they were really going for here. And Gucci Gang just snagged it under their nose.
I'm still blown away with taking those 2 mice into the desert. I mean, that's just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant move.
I don't think you'd see that on any server other than if you go for a B strat, because that's what you would expect if you see 2 mouses. But that's totally opposite of what happened here, sending them into the desert instead.
Absolutely. Well, this is Middleburg. It's a C4 pick. We saw them not play this game, this map particularly well against Mercy, so they need to bounce back after the loss of the last game.
And let's see if they have a strategy for this one this time, because they are going with a lot of E5s. 4 in fact, and double IS-4 with Dead Emily and a Vickers.
Yeah, very heavy. Oh, they have got Dead Emily still in that Vickers, but looking over at Gucci Gang, they've got the double Crown Bargains. They've got 3 5s, a Vickers, and a T22, and they are going to fast cap.
Yeah, and Gucci Gang here taking mobility advantage with Skilloid and Kirusha. They're getting that C cap, but also A has been taken by C4, but Gucci Gang still has B open to be capped, and Rimosh there could enter anytime he wants to. Of course, it is very risky, giving away a lack of position on top of the map.
And you can see where the teams are lining up here. We've got a lone tank who's going to be joined, however, by the Vickers. No, maybe not. He's turning around of Gucci Gang in the city overlooking B. But the entirety of C4 is now moving up north, up into the hill area.
All of them have rotated, and this has not yet been spotted by Gucci Gang here. So if C4 is able to make a very sneaky play here, it could caught them off guard, especially with 2 tanks down with Kirusha and Rimosh there. And that E5 is not fast going up, even with the speed boost.
No, and I mean, they've dropped Kirusha down in the Vickers Light. That's their spotting tank. It's got a great view range. They will cap B, but look at the push now by C4. They know they've got tank advantage.
And that's exactly what they waited for. They knew something was down, and they thought it was a heavy, but it's 2 tanks instead. And Gucci Gang here is going to be totally outnumbered, and Rastem is trying to run away, but is getting tracked and loses a lot of hit points on the way here, and Dark Time as well. He will get focused, and look at C4. They do not care, and are just going to take advantage of the fact that they have 2 more guns to play with right off the bat.
Dark Time finally goes down, but they continue to push to C4, and they're still pushing onto Invision now.
Yeah, but Kirusha has joined the fight, and so has Rastem, but he's also lost a lot of hit points already. And currently C4 is in control here now, dropping 2 tanks on the side of Gucci Gang, and with way more hit points to boot, and also a good chunk of cap points here. Mike winning that before the fight is actually over.
Absolutely. I mean, they bled a lot, but they've still got a 3,000 hit point advantage, and they're really piling on the pressure. Mr. Rimosh going down now, very heavily focused.
Masha here will go down to Skilloid, but it's not going to change a lot, and that Emily is still alive, putting out shots into Kirusha there. And he would have to commit, and this is a really good position by that Emily.
Does go down.
Yeah.
Skilloiding's capped, and Kirusha left. Skilloid goes down.
Kirusha here now. Oh, getting a ram kill here from Bajek. And now it's just Cat left in his Kranwagen. And we're gonna see it get tied.
Absolutely. The timer clicks out. This one goes to C4.
Yes, and we have a C4 victory on their map. That's gonna give a lot of confidence. Especially after that last game on Desert Sands. Here, very, very strong play. Getting all of the tanks up that they wanted and had, waiting for that B cap because they knew it is going to happen. And Gucci Gang, they're having 2 tanks down really hits instead. If they just had the Vickers and Rimosh up, it could have gotten a little bit differently.
Absolutely. But I mean, really impressive stuff by C4 there. I mean, they took a quick cap on A. They were behind on cap points at one stage. But they rotated the entire team back through their spawn, waited until the B cap was going, and then knew they had the advantage and just plowed on into Gucci Gang.
And it was just also, you saw it happen, pushing right in and focusing the same target. That's what needs to happen. And if you have 2 tanks advantage from the get-go, singling out a single tank gives you an extra gun that you can focus on. And a tank less that the enemy can use to focus you. So it was really well strategically done. It worked out for them because there was 1 more tank missing than they expected. But a generally really good result for C4 here.
Absolutely, and by the time that Gucci Gang were able to bring their 2 tanks from the city back up, it was far too late. They'd already lost tanks up high. They were being bled. And Cap Cam, yay!
Yeah.
But it was a great game, well executed by C4. I mean, can't take it away from them there. They really played that game well.
Definitely. They absolutely took Gucci Gang by surprise. I don't think they expected that push at all to begin with. And C4 just doing what happened to them on Desert Sands, basically.
Absolutely. And just varying off, this is one of the joys of working from home with the stream. Cat cam, nice.
Definitely. But yeah, we're now tied 2-2, so the next game is going to decide who will be on tiebreaker here, or not actually that, but gets the match point. And it's picked by Gucci Gang here, so looking to favor that map for sure. And we have
As
seen
you
that
say,
map as well before.
at the moment, it's tight. Even Stevens, somebody will be looking to get a foot up. So, but you've got to think that C4 at the moment will be a little bit more positive after that convincing win.
Definitely. Even though but they actually also won on that map before against Mercy with a pretty strong game. So we got to see what they have for us here. As we should see the map very shortly here. The team's getting ready right now. And yeah, I'm overall just very excited to see the next game happening.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been, it's typical, CIS. There's aggression. It's gone from one team to the other team, and it's been fantastic to watch. But I mean, so far the takeaways from me has been the two mice in the desert by Gucci Gang, and
Definitely.
C4 just holding back until that B cap popped on Middleburg. Just
Yeah. Something also to mention here is these teams are really on equal footing. We never saw one team break, but we saw one team win, then the other team tied, and then back and back. So we're gonna see Vineyards here this time, which has been won by C4 before against Mercy. But Gucci Gang picked this, so let's see what they got in store for us.
Well, Mercy did play. C4 did play this map very well last time.
Indeed. And we move on to the map with another mouse here from Gucci Gang, Dark Time this time. With triple E5 in support, a Vickers and double T22, a very light lineup, even considering that they do have a mouse.
Absolutely. But there's a triple Kranwagen on the side of C4. Then you've got the E5s and then a Vickers light. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Definitely. And with the hit point lead that C4 here has, this should be very interesting to see, even though the other team has a mouse. Having those triple light/mediums really does not help for the hit point pool, but it does put a lot of DPM and mobility on the table. So if Gucci Gang can pull this off here, is all about the usage of these 3 tanks specifically.
And we can see here, C4 is moving their tanks back through their spawn, going to that middle area, those Kranwagens, although mastering the E5 going right to the back of the map.
Yeah. And we have some sort of a spot here from Skilloid, but he has been spotted himself and has to be careful not to get shot.
Look at the move of Dark Time, Every.
Yeah, he's doing so for a rush through the river here, but this time from the other side, and he's doing it in a mouse, currently still unspotted. So it's going to be quite a surprise when C4 gets hit with this, because that you normally do not really expect, do you, Fruit?
Well, no. I mean, I've seen it on EU where they pushed E5s and IS4s through there, but never a mouse. And then you've got Cat up in the old ruins being able to put shots into the E5 as well. It's very aggressive stuff, realistically, by G Game.
Yeah, and they have a tank and C now, and Skilloid is there. He should be able to reset here onto Bajek here. Oh, but Cat has to reposition. He needs to get out. Those are 3 E5s pushing him, but at least Dark Time somewhat vulnerable here, but he has a lot of support from the team. And C4 here is kind of bleeding, and Skilloid is very aggressive, hunting that Vickers.
But Cat is doing a great job there in the T22 in tying up 3 tanks effectively.
Yeah, Skilloid here is gonna get in trouble. He has 2 tanks on him, but that gives G-Game the time to counter push, especially with that mouse far forward already. They should not lose out on too much, and that mouse is losing hit points, and that's what he should do, is soaking up shots for the team. But it's not looking too good. They are behind in hit points here, and Skilloid needs to get out of there. At best alive.
Skilloid is in trouble. He's going to run into Litovsky.
Yeah, and Envision here has dropped as well, so we have a 2-tank gun advantage here. But Aquila goes down, and Lechnik here is also in not a great position. Will be triple tapped on, but he stays alive thanks to the reactive armor.
But now
And
the
hit
mouse
points
may
still
coordinate an
close.
attack onto Masha.
Right. But see Lisa there up top getting rusted. Really important kill there as well. Losing control over B, and with the mouse going down, we have a 3-on-5. But the hit points are still close, and we have 2 DPM tanks here on the side of G Game.
Absolutely, but Masha should go down here to Cat,
Yeah.
and
Cat
Masha
getting a
does go
good
down.
kill. We have a cap here on a C4 trying to win this, if possible, by points. Very safe play, and they need to make that play as well. Because even if they have the tank advantage, they have 3 Kranwagens, which are not renowned for having a lot of DPM. So
Or
getting
mobility.
that cap pressure is really important indeed.
Or mobility. Crown Wagons are not exactly the fastest tank, although they've probably got their speed boost that they can use. But Cat here trying to get round the back of them. Great shot.
Oh, 2 of the Kranwagens now one-shots here. Cat is gonna get one of them. And Letovsky here goes down to the other, and we have a 3-on-2 at this point all of a sudden. And Remos here is in a bit of a troublesome situation. 1v1ing that Kranwagen there from Arkansas. And is he
Remos,
gonna go
by
down?
doing that, will allow them to chase down the
Yeah.
buy check, but that's an important
Big
shot
shot.
there by Karusha.
Yeah, not rolling just high enough to clear him here as he stays alive on 26 hit points. And his gunner is also damaged here, so he might not even be able to put a returning shot into Kirusha there.
Points
who's-
on the board, Cat points are
Oh.
ticking away.
Yeah, and Arkansas might actually just need to survive here, and so is Bajek. He's not gonna move out. And C4 wins this with a very
Close.
good cap pressure.
Close game, very close game.
Really close indeed. I'm not sure if Gucci Gang really expected it to turn out this way, especially with losing that middle control with the mouse there going down. And also Rustem, I think it was, who dropped early on the B cap and basically allowing C4 to corner them there in that ruin area.
But it
also
was
skill
almost
art.
a great comeback from G Game there.
It definitely was good focus fire, especially on those Kranwagens. But the Vickers there getting away with 26 hit points, not helping. So really good play by him as well, and he had some good RNG.
Well, you got to feel for Karusha there. I mean, that was a great shot in on a fast-moving Vickers. He managed to clip the back end, but left him on next to no hit points. How galling would that have been? That close to the end of the game.
Especially that was an important kill. If they had gotten it, not only would they have gotten rid of another tank and left the Kranwagen alone, but C4 would have lost more points. A would have been in their control, and they had more time to get to that B camp, possibly skate into it so that C4 doesn't get any more points, and try to fight it out with Arkansas.
And they would have had the hit points to do it, I think, even though Cat was pretty low. I mean, Cat did a grand job in pushing into those 2 Kranwagens that were very low hits.
Yeah.
But they did lose. Yeah, Cat did lose a lot of hit points doing that. But with the Vickers still being so healthy at Karusha, they really could have taken on that lone Kranwagen of Arkansas had they have taken out the Vickers.
Indeed, yeah. It was a really tight game, and C4 making a break for it now, getting that match point. And we're seeing Faust, C4 pick.
Yeah, and we saw C4 playing this one earlier and playing it very differently, let's say.
Yeah, it did not go well for them against Mercy, so they are now in match point. That means it allows them to be able to lose 1, preferably none, of course. And we have a very interesting lineup.
Yeah, they've gone with E5s, T22, and 2 T22s. I mean, that's a mobile lineup. And when we look at the other team, however, of G Game,
yeah, we have Vickers there. A bit more mobility on that guy, and especially spotting capability, but 2 Kranwagens again. And the rest is filled up with 3 E5s and a T22 from Skillway.
And they both capped out even Stevens, so no advantage taken either way. But look at the push here by G Game.
Yeah, and we're gonna get an A cap here, but there's tanks missing, and if G Game can push them quick enough, they might be able to get that tank advantage used here. But the T22 is gonna be there soon, and even the 1 tank that e5 in the middle should be able to be fast enough to help out. So it's a bit late for a push now. But a good chunk of HP has been dropped on c4 here, and we're just now seeing the first HP loss here for Gucci Gang.
And they're going to be able to they're going to be able to take the D cap, although C4 have dropped into B, and you can see that G game here is staggering their tanks to basically bleed C4. Akila is going very heavily focused there.
And he has lost his MREC as well, and I'm pretty sure he does not have a repair kit anymore. So he's gonna be out of a good combat for a while here, and with Darktime pushing onto Arkansas really aggressively here, starting G-Game to push in more and more into the enemy lineup.
But it may be an aggressive push that could work. I mean, Atkinson now is down to 170 hit points. He's a one-shot for everybody on the board.
Yeah, and also Vasilisa is also very low in his T22, so if they can start picking up these kills here, this is looking really good. But Kat goes down to Marsha there.
G-Game have just lost 2 tanks. Dark Time and Karusha have gone down.
Yeah, and they need to start picking up those low HP targets. Akila is still alive. Marsha and Vasilisa here still. Also possible quick kills if they can pick them up. And Kirusha here gets one of those, but has to be traded in return. And it's still anyone's game. Litovsky here goes down. And what do you think, who's going to be able to pull through with this one, Fuji?
Well, it all depends. It's now 3 on... Well, I was about to say 3 on 4, but it's now 3 on 3 again. Because Rustum has gone down.
And the hit points and the cap are still even.
They are. I mean, it's going to be another close one. If G-Game can get rid of Vasilia here, they have got a chance.
And Envision is looking to get that kill if he can. But he needs to help out on the other guy of the T22. He's waiting for that second shot in the clip, and it might cost him the game here.
Losing Skilloid there was not part of G-Game's game plan. It's pushed it into C4's advantage.
And G-Game not able to pick up Vasilisa there, or the other T22 with the miss of Rimos really cost them dearly here, but Envision is still very healthy and might be able to pull through with this one.
Oh, I don't know, the Lenchek has got the rear now of the Kranwagen.
Oh, he got stuck on the building there. He needs to get behind, but he doesn't have the DPM the E5 has, nor does he have reactive armor. And it's not looking good for the Kranwagen here, especially as the C4 T22 can just run, because they have more points.
Which is exactly what Vasily has done.
Envision has noticed it, does not connect the shot. And we are close to 900 here, and it seems that C4 will pull through. And G-Game here, on their last breath, Lechnik might be able to put one more into Envision from up top. But he's not getting the gun depression and needs to drop down himself. But Envision, he cannot find Vasilisa. Has to enter B.
But neither tank of C4 is looking to push now, not with the points where they are.
And look at that Lechnik, he does not even want to contest it. He's straight going for D. They just need 50 more points. They have one cap, all they need is a second. And Envision is going for the wrong one here. He should defend D. Does not see it coming. And this might be the end for the match here. 30 points left to go. The T22 is just in hiding here. And unless he does a mistake, he should not go down.
This is clever gameplay by C4, to be honest
really
with you.
is.
I mean, just holding back there, winning it on the cap points. Neither tank looking to push an Envision, and why would they when it was that close? And
Indeed.
great stuff there by C4.
Yeah, managing to pull it through. And as you said, there was no need to risk anything, especially because they were on match point. They were in it to win it, and they managed to complete their mission here. And G-Game, unfortunately out, but still taking third place here in this tournament.
And to be fair, I mean, G-Game played some really good stuff, but C4 pulled their socks up in the end quarter and wins on Middleburg Vineyards in Faust. I mean, wow.
Yeah, 3 in a row, really pulling themselves together, even though they had 2 very vital losses there on maps that even they picked, at least one of them. So really strong performance here by C4 in the end, of course. Same goes for Gucci Gang, but C4 just that slight touch better and manages to pull through.
I mean, when you look back on it, I mean, C4 had just come off a heavy defeat on Desert Sands against Gucci Game. Gucci Game would have been feeling good about that, but boy, did they change it around on Middleburg, and then we just saw a completely different style of gameplay by C4.
Definitely. I also think the heavy loss that Gucci Gang took on Middleburg, with those 2 tanks down, might have also hit them mentally. Mm-hmm. And because they had that victory before, they might have felt a bit more confident, maybe even a bit too confident. And C4 taking that right under their nose really must have hurt. And we saw that in the following games, and C4 just playing fantastic games altogether.
Which lines us up for a lovely final against C4 against Mercy. But let's find out what the analysts thought of all of that.
Definitely. I want to hear their words about these great games that we saw today.
Guys,
Hello.
I'm shocked.
Hello.
Like, what? What just happened? Gucci Gang left the tournament? What? Oh
It
my
was
god.
Similar to the first matches. Basically, C4 finding out how Gucci Game works and then just basically rolling with it. It was beautiful to watch.
Well, I think I was seeing a chess game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
G game at one point, I thought they know how to defeat C4. They know the main weakness of the C4's E5s, because basically what I see the agenda, C4, their E5 stage was sitting very, very deep at the back, and what you need to do is to get the cap pressure, get substantial cap pressure that allows C4 to make a ton of mistakes. However, I don't know why G game will throw this kind of game plan away. I mean, Middleburg, it was a good counter strat from C4. As soon as they know that there is someone on B, they just go through and then woof. But then
That was-
But then the
That
last
was-
2 games, what's going on with the game plan? Like I thought G game knows how to deal with it. What happened?
It was on Middleburg. It was just so beautiful to watch because in that case, the camera was right on the money as well. We were with the heavies, and you see that base B starts being kept, and those heavies are like, okay, we're going right now. And that was just perfect because they knew they had the gun advantage, and they knew they kept it because base B kept being kept. And it took too long for G Game to basically get back onto the hill. And it was still close, but that 2 gun advantage in the beginning really won C4 the game with that push. It was beautiful. And it's like, same with the last game on Faust. I wasn't sure that was going to go to C4, mainly because in the beginning, when G Game started pushing, they were out in the open. It could have really gone either way.
Well, we'll talk about the Faust game. It is very similar to what we saw with yesterday, G game against 7-star. But this time we saw how to deal with a G game strategy on Faust. Is to sit at a very behind, and then C4 got into positions. They got somewhat careless, dropping unnecessary hit points. But what they did was fantastic, and the focus file was good. Oh, the first game. Talking about the first game, C4 they looked very clueless here. I'm so sorry to say, but like
They were.
yeah.
They were all over the place. They were bleeding HP very rapidly without really needing to.
I mean, they had an idea with those E5 spawn baiting, but they didn't know how to do after that. And this game was just, oh my god, epic.
This was just beautiful. You had the Kranwagens, and they were focusing the Kranwagens, but that let those AMXs reload multiple times and getting all those shots in.
I mean, the main thing to take away here is how C4 stunned G game with killing that Vickers like Kirushan delivered, and also stunning Cabral in the T22 as well. I mean, that was beautiful stuff from C4, and just G game was panicking in this one, and well, that wasn't good for them.
It was great to see because this is the kind of gameplay that I like C4 for. And in this game, it didn't quite go as intended. I don't understand why they made a push, and then midway the push, they paused the push, and that allowed G-Game to just regroup and react. I think also the fact that the mouse spawned in the desert here was a game changer as well.
I mean, this is what you want to defend. I mean, how you deal with the C4 strategy. Perfect execution from G-Game. And why is this the only time we're seeing this? I don't know.
And this, like I said, this is exactly that push. They were focus firing, they were pushing together. It took G-Game too long to basically get back together as a team. And it was just too late.
One thing that C4 showed really well is that a lot of clans, getting caps very important, but getting caps, there is a main problem. It telegraphs the information to the enemy team. And exactly, C4 knew that someone's on the other side. They pushed directly on the hill. And look at how it's easy for C4 to focus fire there.
And yet, this was also lovely. You had base C being kept, the T-22 going after it, and then basically getting trapped by the Vikings and the Kranwagen there in the city. This also, I was surprised that G-Game wasn't taking out the low HP targets much.
I mean, this is also like a lot of chess games coming on, with also Cabral trying to kind of base those C4's tanks and those G-Game with Skilloid getting horrendously out-positioned. I mean, lots of good chess games going on, but C4 got on top with the Focus Fire, and G-Game got a little bit confused in who to get. Oh, and this one. G-Game, you're seeing Cabral here, takes out those double crown wagons. So have they taken out the Vegas light at the end?
Yeah.
Which I shouldn't think they should have taken aid. That could have gone differently.
Exactly. And this game, it was so close, but basically Vasily basically just staying alive literally won them the game. And I have to mention that point with Skilloid. Skilloid is man of the match here for me because he was tracking that E5, keeping him in place repeatedly there.
Oh, and you're seeing this replay here. I mean, this is the highlight of, I think, today's performance in the CIS server. Look at how the double T22s and Leonchik collaborating together really, really well and giving them the win. Very well-deserved play there.
It was like you're basically doing it again. The first matchup that we saw today was beautiful chaos, and this is chess. This was really just reading what the enemy does, both sides, and abusing it, and it either worked well or you lost your queen, basically. It was beautiful to watch. These are the kind of games that, for me, it's a bit too fast and too chaotic. EU is a bit more tactical in their gameplay generally, but it's just, I love seeing games where you can basically see them trying to read each other's mind and reacting accordingly.
I think this is one of the most tactical gameplays we have seen so far. I mean, the tempo of the games are not really quick. I mean, we have seen very, really long games, but both of these teams, they cap their queue, they read what is going on. Sometimes they make some really, really good focus fire onto one single tank, stun the enemies, and try to wreak havoc onto the other team. Both teams have done really well here, but C4 came out on top with, I mean, the last two matches was brilliant.
Absolutely. It was nice to see them get back like that because they seemed so unbalanced earlier today and the first few games here. And to just see them get their form back those last two games, it was just lovely.
Yeah, I was also worried whether C4 keep on insisting on those E5s. Whether, I mean, G-Game, they knew the exact weakness of that lineup. I'm really, really worried where insisting on that lineup would work for them, but it worked for them. G-Game, I hope, better. Not say better luck, but I hope we're going to see better of you next time, hopefully in the spring season. But
so
congratulations.
I think, Tony, that Gucci Gang team now needs some word of support from us, from team, from Blitz. Because
exactly. Actually, there's no weak team here, and Gucci Gang team is definitely one of the strongest out here in CIS, which is also a very strong region. So yeah, guys, did a great job, and keep on moving.
Yeah, don't leave the game, don't leave tournaments, stay strong and play Blitz. You are the best, and you take the third place and you grab your $15,000 for your team, so it's just for playing Blitz, so you deserve it. Please don't give up. You are really very, very strong team and you have so many fans, so please find some some force in your captain, in your team.
I
and
know that
go
there
on.
are a lot of fans of Gucci Gang team among Wargaming employees, among our colleagues. So
Yes.
guys, you're doing something correct. So keep on.
Yeah, and I think
Definitely.
that still we have our English spin as stream, and no skill just luck cannot hear us right now. I can say that he supported Gucci Gang team and he saw that they will take the first place. So yeah, a lot of people believe in you, in your team. So Gucci Gang team,
Yeah.
we say bye bye for now, but we hope to see you soon. So, Amanet, Wild Ones Helper, thank you so much for your help, for great analytics of our second match. We say bye bye to Gucci Gang team, and very soon we'll see the grand final match between our Mercy Crocodile team and C4. So it's very interesting. Will the C4 grab the winner's title, like a comeback from 2016, or will the Mercy be the strongest team of our CIS region?
For
We'll
sure,
know
it's
very
gonna
soon.
be very hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Can't wait.
So we see you very soon. Thank you so much. And Tony, we have something prepared, some surprises.
You mean something including winners of the best platoon on CIS Realm?
Of course, yes. So guys, as you have already known, we have like best of 2 tournament on our regions. It's like who's the best platoon on the region and on Asia. We had a great show while these two guys that won our platoon tournament on Asia region, they played against Tortic and No Skill Just Luck, aka
Blitzstick.
yeah. During our Asia stream, and today we have our CS winners. And it's very interesting to mention that one of the guys from this platoon is Zlobinalizam, and it's very well known guy from our previous Twister tournaments, because he was the captain of Ace Ventura team.
Exactly. I think it's safe to say that Blitzstick and Tortic today stand 0 chances against these two guys. So it's gonna be just punishing, so they can just lean back and relax and enjoy being beaten by the best platoon on CIS. So yeah.
Tony, any suggestions what tanks would Tortic and Blitzstick pick? Because
Well,
I was watching the tournament while Zlobina with his platoon mate was playing the tournament, and they was picking Crown 1 for most of the matches.
I think there will be Crown 1s against Sheridans, but I'm not sure. Because Crown 1s
Sheridan.
are the latest tanks in the game, and Sheridans are like the most hype tanks now. I mean, considering the news we shared like an hour ago about ATGM's removal. So yeah, my bet is Crown 1s against Sheridans, but
Well,
it remains to
Tortic
be seen.
doesn't play Sheridan.
Maybe she'll take Crown 1.
Maybe. So it's very interesting. We are waiting for our platoon of the CIS2 region getting ready, and Tortic and Blitzstick are getting ready as well. And we'll ask Fugit and Everett to help us with the commentary of this MVP of our stream, the best match. Skilloid is the man of the stream of the game, and this show match is the match of the stream.
Actually,
So-
how can one be prepared for being beaten by the best platoon of the realm? How can one prepare for this? I'm not sure even.
You can take some
Pills?
medicine,
Re-
yeah, some relaxing pills.
Yeah, that's the only way to survive it, I suppose.
So, while our teams are getting ready for the match, we would like to go to our commentators.
Oh,
So-
we're in!
Yeah,
Hello.
So,
Future,
I mean,
Every.
you've done a lot of 2v2 tournaments. What
Oh,
are you
yes.
expecting from this, mate?
I mean, we see a Death Star already on the other side, so I'm expecting a juicy hash penetration here. But from Tortic and No Skill Just Luck, we see Vickers and E5, a very roundabout lineup. You have the Scouter with mobility and a very well-rounded heavy tank, and he has found the two tanks yet already, with the Death Star being spotted. Not great camo on that tank, and Tortic there taking A is very interesting because cap is much more important in these situations, and so is map control. And
Absolutely. I mean, I'm intrigued to see a T95 E6 being taken by Nagi Beta. I'm sorry about the pronunciation.
You can call him Sniper.
Sniper.
Sniper,
I'll call him
yeah,
Sniper.
yeah.
There we
All
go.
right.
Interested to see a T95 E6 by Sniper, but boy, I mean, Zlobina taking a Death Star. I mean, that's just craziness in a 2v2, is it not?
definitely.
Is it fair to take points to play while on supremacy rules?
The only fair thing is to win, so by any means.
Okay.
By any means.
No rules.
Can we just mention that really good attempt for a blind shot there from Slobina, nearly hitting Snow?
Yeah,
No skill
Slobin
just
is
now.
very good.
But that's the thing. I mean, if Slobina manages to get just one hit onto that Vickers, then Blitzstig is down.
Yeah, but look at that sniper here, a bit surrounded, with Tortic now really far in the back, and Zlobina not really having much room to get away from. And the E6 is actually Emmerich, so this could be very crucial here. If the Death Star can enter a shot or not, because that's going to be the most important thing right now. Can he
Actually,
hit?
considering the amount of
Oh!
hit points. Whoa! Yes, finally.
There you go. That's
Well-
what we were waiting for.
There we go. We got our connection shot, and the Vickers is now a 2-shot, unless the Death Star wants to hit another one. So quite an important shot on that one, and the E5 needs to do the tanking now. But even that tank is not safe from hash pens. So
Tortic is still full of health points.
oh,
Oh, not yet. Okay.
Not full damage. Unfortunate.
yeah, but with the Death Star's reload, they can now definitely just push on the E6 here. And
Those Lobina has dropped his adrenaline reload, fast
Yeah.
reload, so he's going to be loaded up.
and
And
Tortic
Sniper's keeping them in a position where they can be shot.
Sniper should show Tortic here, because no skill is a one-shot regardless.
Oh,
And
Sniper is
Slovina,
gone. Bye bye.
Slobina will need some luck now.
he
Definitely.
does need to kill the Vickers first here, because he's the more dangerous one.
Unless he
How to
gets a
play
really
on
high
Death
roll.
Star.
Oh,
Nope.
No, thought about it. Still
He's
thinking
pushing
about
in.
it.
Slobin
the
is
dudes is
rushing.
driving.
Can he
Come
put a
on.
shot in at big one?
Oh!
Yay!
Oh my god.
What a huge roll!
Nope.
That was huge.
He won't be able to reload, but that was
Yeah.
close.
No, but
Oh, he
No!
Oh, come on! Come on! Come on!
Can't be done.
Oh, reload.
Still, he's faster.
Oh my
Run!
god.
Oh,
Oh,
Great job.
That was so
super
close.
We didn't support our teams that much as we supported Blitzstick right now.
That was super close. The FE was nearly reloaded there thanks to that
Ah.
bounce.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I guess that we are playing best of 3.
I hope we do.
I hope not less.
Because I want more.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
more of
This
these
was really
battles. It was
nice.
very fun.
Everyone does.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got a feel for Tortic there. Lots of hit points just going poof in one go.
Blown
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, but you should know what you should expect from Death Star when you're facing it.
But you,
Yeah.
you don't
Not to be
expect a Death
surprised.
Star to push you like that. To be
I don't
fair.
think anyone did.
But first of all, it's a show match. Secondly, it's Zlobina from Ace Ventura,
Absolutely.
from CIS region, so you can just imagine what might happen. So yeah, you should be ready for everything. Yeah. I hope the teams are ready for the next show match. Really, I was very surprised with the meta that they chose.
Yeah.
And because no Cranbond? What? No Sheridan? What? Seriously?
Yeah. I don't
We
think
would
anyone
never
expected
expected
that.
Death Star.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! When you
On
play 2
E6.
versus 2,
I think
Gosh.
you wouldn't even see an E6 in those tournaments, but they did it, and they nearly won.
Yeah, I'm about to say they almost pulled it off with a Death Star and an E6. I mean, fantastic.
Oh, okay, next match. Nice.
Oh. We have double 215B this
More
time.
traditional.
That is really traditional, yes. And they got the new camouflage. What do you think of that camouflage food?
I absolutely love this camouflage. I think it's spectacular. You know, I saw Juicy wearing it earlier on his. I haven't got it on mine yet, unfortunately. I haven't played the 215B today, but I really want this camo. It looks fantastic.
It looks gorgeous, and look at that. All 3 consumables here from Sniper used and no repair kits.
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh, none of them have repair kits in their FV. This could be very vital because they can burn really, really quickly. So you're gonna have to see
And I
how
need
it
to
works out.
focus. Oh my god.
Oh, and Tortic here is going very low. They really need to focus fire. And Sniper's trying to shield really well here. Oh,
But they're
and they're
focusing
getting him down.
Zlobina here. They're focusing Zlobina. Tortic's going to go down.
Oh, that is
Oh,
beautiful
nice shot.
shielding from Sniper here. Doing really well with their shielding. Absolutely beautiful. That is what platooning is about. Playing together. And he gets triple hashed here.
He does.
Yeah, they did
And
the
another
most correct thing. They just push the tank that is most available for them, which was E5.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That was fast.
it's very rare you see that players dropping all their boosters immediately. It's very rare.
It's not that surprised me. It's more that they didn't even have a repair kit. But it's part of their strategy, and it worked out. It actually
Absolutely.
worked.
Aber double the 215B, it's more health points. So was it clever from the ballistic side to pick light tank? Facing
I don't
these
think
two
they
habits.
really assumed it. I mean, they took the same lineup again. It's a viable lineup because you have a component that is mobile and one that has armor, and both have good firepower. So I guess they wanted to go for a more well-rounded one, and I think it didn't work out in this one for them.
I agree, it's not a Death Star, so anything except Death Star is a good choice.
But you saw that. I mean, the 215Bs just stuck together and then just focused poor Tortic.
Yeah.
No,
Couldn't
yeah.
really do much about it.
I have to say the shielding from Sniper was also really good though. That was really nice to watch.
So, I think that we need the reveal, the last match.
Yeah,
And
tiebreaker.
as
Could
we
go
like
either way.
to say, the winner takes it all. So
The winner
it's
gets
interesting
nothing.
that Zlobina with his team, he tried to, also tried to be on our Blitz CIS Cup, but unfortunately he failed. And here we go. Zlobina is on Blitz
He's
CIS
still
Cup.
on our live stream, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a success.
Oh.
What a
Anyway.
selection!
Oh.
Two four.
And an E3
Wow.
Sheridan I saw there. Those are some wild picks.
This is gonna be no boring battle.
Definitely.
A double Foch on this map.
And Sheridan E3. Wow.
Brilliant.
We're gonna see some even more aggressive gameplay than before.
We're going to see some evil.
Yeah, something evil is about to happen.
But it's true. I mean, if those Foches stay together, it's gonna be very evil what they can do to that Sheridan.
Agree.
Oh, they're boosting. Does that
They
work?
are.
Oh my god! Really?
Come on!
Come on, do it!
Yes!
Yeah!
Nice! Team
It
job.
worked.
God! Oh my god, that was
Nope.
Missile,
It's a miss.
Wild.
One of the last missiles of Blitzstick. Maybe
Ah.
a month more, and that's all.
That position is really good, especially for defending that C cap. And Tortico hasn't even arrived yet.
Yeah, E3 is kind of strange choice for 2 versus 2, I suppose. It's not mobile at all.
Oh,
Whoa, nice
Oh,
shot.
nice
really
shot.
good shot. The E3 can work on this map though. There's a lot of hold down positions, and with the snapshotting that tank can do, and peeking on corners quickly can really hurt. So if they can use that, it might work in their advantage here.
But watch Sniper.
They're splitting. Uh-huh.
Sniper gonna take B and try and drag Tortic down? I don't know.
They're giving away their position though, because now they know where both are. Because one is in B and the other one is spotted. That gives them the chance to come up with a strategy, but it doesn't seem that they really want to.
Tortic's too smart, not taking the bait.
Yeah.
Or maybe too
Agree.
slow to do something.
Could be that.
Since
Not
the
the-
sniper
not
is
Tortic
going to
itself,
take
not
point
Tortic,
C.
but her tank.
No, point A.
Oh,
He's
Slovenia is
running
going
away.
down.
Mhm.
They might actually just go for the E3 at this point.
Maybe it's
Well,
high
they-
time to capture point C for Blitzig.
Yeah, but they've dropped their booster. They've dropped their boosters on
They
the.
want to
on
get
the
behind.
Foshes.
Yeah.
I think two fully loaded Foch can just charge into one tank and obliterate
my
it
Can,
God.
completely.
yes. And look at
They're
that.
going to focus
Oh,
Tortic,
he-
who is slowly turning around.
He's in position. They need to pen 3 of those shots though.
Oh,
And there
One.
goes one. Oh,
Blitzig!
good shot.
Zlobina half hit
Tortic
points.
needs your help.
But now they're going after Blitzstick.
Yeah.
Watch it!
Going after-
Rushes!
That's a
That's
good
a
Oh!
good
decision.
thing they
They're
still
pushing
have enough
Russian.
shots for
Why are you
Blitz.
bullying me?
Oh no, they missed the shot. They cannot clear him now. Here comes the ram.
The ram.
Oh, big shot here. And Tortic, can he put a shot in?
Shoot!
Ah, he can.
Yeah.
Nice!
Oh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sniper getting
That's cool.
Big
pummeled.
damage here. And Zlobina is now reloaded as well. He's just waiting.
I'm afraid I will have to take back my words.
Oh,
Tortic being obliterated by Zlobina.
both Foshes are now one shots.
That was a
Snipers
good
down.
missile!
Well, I think we know
So-
the winner.
Yeah,
seems like that's
definitely.
Tony, do
definitely.
you want to apologize?
all.
I don't know, I don't
No.
know.
You
Oh,
need-
there it goes. Two
I'm
of
not
one of the
going to
last
apologize.
missiles.
I was incorrect, but this is not something I need to apologize for. Yeah. Good
Okay,
job,
Tony.
Tortic. Good job, Blitz team.
Have
Definitely.
you ever thought about going to politics?
Not yet, but this is a good
Okay.
question. I'm glad you asked it.
No problems, no problems. So, that was a good show match.
Oh,
I'm really,
fantastic.
That was
I'm really
fun.
surprised that Blitzstick and Tortic won it. I'm really surprised because,
Yeah.
like these two guys, Zlobina and Sniper, they did so long ways. They won the tournament on CIS region, and then finally they faced with two guys.
Two random
Two
guys
hosts.
from Wargaming? Come on.
Yeah.
How could this happen?
But they were clearly having fun.
Yeah,
that is
agree.
Same as we.
Yeah, I had a
So,
lot of fun
that
watching.
was nice, really. I agree. So,
The first round especially.
very soon we'll start the third match, and it's all about grand final. So, Fugit, we have two teams. It's C4 and it's Crocodiles. Personally, I support Mercy. I support Crocodiles, and I'll root for them.
You can't
Uh,
support anyone. Come on.
I can.
Oh, so you can do whatever you want, yeah?
Yes. So come on, it's grand final, and I know that each and every have their teams they like, they root for, and of course you have your favorite team, and I know that
You
root
said
for
each and
7 Star.
every? Every, what do you know about it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she's talking about. No.
Come on, guys. So what team do you support?
I mean, Fuji, do you want to go first?
Well, I mean, to be fair,
7 Star, yeah.
to be fair, I do like both. I do actually like both Mercy and C4, and it's really, really difficult for me to say which one I think is going to edge it. The reason being, we saw them earlier play, and Mercy edged it, but then we saw C4 play really great stuff against GG.
Yeah.
So, as much as I would love to sit here and say, you know, my flag is pinned to the Mercy mask, C4 can really spoil that party, and they've got it in them to do that.
I really have to agree there. I'm also on the same boat with Fuji there. I would much more put my bet onto C4 here. They've played fantastically, especially these last 3 games. They won back-to-back. And also on the first day, they didn't... they played really well against 7 Star.
Absolutely.
It was wonderful the way they played it. Mercy a bit more chaotic, in my opinion. So if C4 can figure themselves together, especially from the game they had before when they played Mercy already, and with more thought, they could really take this one home.
I think that C4 is like a kind of great opening for us and for all CIS players during this year, because like Gucci Gang team, it's a very well-known team. 7-star, it's our current champions. Not already, but yeah, they were the champions from 2019. Mercy, very strong team. They have so many fans. And here we go with C4 and 7-star defeated. Gucci Gang team defeated, and C4 is in our grand final. I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
Totally makes sense.
Tony, what about you?
So you said
I like to ask provocative questions.
you're going to root for Mercy, right?
Yes.
So to keep it even, I think I should root for C4. So
Okay,
yeah.
with Fugit and Every, very equal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3v1. Tony?
It's amazing. No. The right side of the screen, as I look at it, that's Tony and Every are rooting for C4.
Yeah.
Alexander and myself seem to be rooting for Mercy.
Oh, you do?
It's an even split.
I thought
I'll try to
did.
give a fist bump to Every.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I will do it with you. So, yes, it seems like we have versus with Tony and Every. Okay, we'll see.
That's our 2v2.
2v2 again, yeah.
So, grand final, we're playing best of 9. That means that we'll watch how many battles, how many victories do we need for the team
We need
to be the
5
strongest.
victories for the
First to
victor.
5.
Yeah. Hopefully
So-
to
I
tie.
hope we don't see 0-5 or something.
I want 4 to 5.
Yeah,
I
something
want
like that.
the best, the nicest show for this Blitz CIS Cup. Guys, teams are ready. The stream is yours. Let's go.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. And enjoy the matches.
You too.
Well then, Fuji, we got an exciting tournament ahead of us.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's a rerun of the first of the opening salvos, isn't it?
Yeah.
C4 against Mercy, or Mercy against C4.
Both teams have warmed up, especially C4 here. Playing an extra round might help them, because Mercy might have cooled down already, just watching the games. Not playing themselves, we gotta see if they can get back right into action, or if maybe C4 might take an early victory here, because remember, Fuji, we are on different terms here.
We are, but the thing is, I mean, C4 are going to be slightly more pumped, I think, than Mercy.
Definitely.
I mean, they've just come off the back of 3 very good back-to-back wins against Gucci getting there. A very good clan, as everybody knows. Mercy, well, they've just been waiting in the wings, but they would have been watching what was going on with C4. They would be analysing and looking at maybe what C4 are going to bring to this. Mercy have been playing well, however. They played fantastic stuff yesterday, and they've already turned over C4 today.
Yeah, it's everyone's game. Everyone can win this. Of course, all the teams fantastic, all the players fantastic. We just gotta have to wait and see how fantastic these matches are gonna be.
Absolutely. I mean, it's edge of your seat stuff again. I mean, we've seen some amazing gameplay on CIS over the last 2 days.
Yes.
Some spectacular, genius moves, amazing gameplay, some interesting use of the meta. And they haven't disappointed. It's just been non-stop action from the very first second of the very first game yesterday.
Yes, it's very exciting, very exhilarating. I can't wait for it to start.
Look, I mean, as much as we're commentating, I'd just like to say best of luck to both teams.
Of course.
Although, obviously, I want Mercy to win. But best of luck to both teams. I mean, you both deserve to be here in the grand final.
Definitely.
It is the first of 5, best of 9. So, it's going to be a tough one.
And also a short mention to all the teams who didn't quite make it to the stage. 7-Star and Gucci Gang, great games from these two teams. And it's been fantastic to commentate this, especially from the first row, right, Fooded?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been such a privilege to sit here, and not just from the first row, but for the first time ever, we've been able to do the CIS stream in English.
Indeed. And we're starting with Mage and Runes. I don't think we've seen this map today, but yesterday indeed. So
Yeah, we did see Mayan Ruins yesterday. Don't know whose pick this one is, or if they get picked at this final. I'm pretty sure they do.
yeah, not sure.
Be interesting to see the meta.
And we see a very interesting lineup here. Mercy here, going with a 215B again. Russia really liking that heavy tank. More than other servers, and we have it combined with 2 Kranwagens, double E5 and double T22 here. A very mobile lineup, even with those Kranwagens.
Well, we've still got C4 with the double crown wagons, bringing in an IS4 again, 2 T22s and 2 E5s. And you can already see fast caps going for Mercy here on C.
It's not gonna go well though. 44 is gonna be in trouble, and Nerve here lost some hit points as well. And if the focus fire is just right, the T22s from C4 might actually be able to go ahead here. And whilst that happens, we have a clash on B here with the Kranwagens. And everyone else is here on C.
Well, we've got Mercy rotating their heavies down to help the T22s, and they're probably going to survive. Nerve has gone down, but so is the Baycheck. He's gone down too, so
44
both
is
teams
very low.
losing. But more importantly, Crocodile Caban has gone down in the Kranwagen for Mercy.
And Vasilisa also dropped in the T22. And Neveture here is going down as well to Never, and this is looking still very close. We have a 5-on-4 here, with still workable hit points on both sides. But
Yeah, I mean, 44 has survived in the T22 on 184 hit points. That could be crucial and critical later on in the game. The C cap is now being taken,
Lechnik is
so Mercy do have the advantage.
definitely, but Lechnik here is a bit alone there. If he gets pushed, I don't think he can really survive that, but great focus fire here on something by Aquila and Atkinson. Getting that tank down to a one-shot.
Indeed, but C4, they have less hit points, less base points, and less guns on the battlefield.
Exactly, and Litovsky just now starting to help out here. Lechnik goes down. And we have a bit too many low HP tanks, and Aquila here gets pushed down the bridge from Forever
and
New.
loses over 1,000.
That is a massive play there by Forever New. Pushing down that tank. Not able to withstand that power of the E5. And Litovsky is the last one left for C4.
Well, I mean, you would have thought, I mean, C4 seemed to make a great move at the beginning of the game here. I mean, it's clearly this is going to go to Mercy.
Yeah.
They made a great move at the beginning, C4, but Mercy just seemed to be able to consolidate and really counter-push back in it. They really hit C4 hard on that C cap.
Yeah, I don't think Mercy really, C4 expected the heavies to be that this fast. Because if those didn't arrive, I do think that the mediums would have died. So it was really good and really fast reaction time there. From the call of Mercy.
Absolutely, and I agree with that because, as you said, it looked like that the mediums of C4 were winning the battle against the 2 T22s of Mercy on that C cap area, and that it was a crucial push by the E5s to come down and basically take out those T22s, leaving 44, who was a one shot for a long part of that battle, still alive.
Yeah, that T22 really did cause some troubles later on, especially against that E5 that was isolated in the end. So that was not the best position to be in. And C4 not able to really pull through with that game.
But seriously, the talk of that match has got to be Forever Nude pushing the IS4.
He did not like that IS4 and pushed him off the cliff.
And boy, did he suffer for it. He lost 1,000
Yeah.
hit points.
I think nearly 1,100. That was massive, that push.
It was huge. Leaving him in one shot, and somebody was there to. I didn't see who it was to basically clean up, but
Might have been
400 hit
44
points left.
actually. But yeah, that was incredible. And C4 very split there in the map. Not really as one bulk, and Mercy there way more compact, moving together as a team. Really played that one better in the first round.
But again, we saw it yesterday as well on main rooms. I mean, Mercy dropped their crown wagons into the B cap, which is why Crocodile Caban went down quite early. And if you saw, a lot of the C4 team were trying to sort of tussle with them on that B cap.
Didn't work out for them, and we moved to Ace's Palm. Another map we have not seen today. But have we seen it yesterday, Fujin?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah, neither do I. And we have our lineups, and a tank we also have yet to see today, the 113 here played from Crocodiles. Interesting choice, definitely. I mean, we have pretty similar lineups here. Again, the FV215B, Kranwagens, E5s, and that Vickers. And the other side taking IS4s this time, but similar lineups. And those E5s are very far in the back.
Yeah, we see C4 like doing this. They like putting their heavies quite far back and sort of enticing the enemy onto them. But it's not working out this time. And you can see that they're pushing through the desert area, trying to get onto that 113 and E5 of the Mercy team.
Yeah, but we do see a push from the Kranwagens here in the top area. And if they're not careful, C4 could just push this because they have 4 tanks up top. And the other 3 down are currently relocating. But Aquila is gonna drop a lot of hit points here before anything happens.
Yeah, that's good focus there by Mercy, seeing the isolated IS4.
And here comes the counter push. The IS4s, the Kranwang and the T22 here. Sure to make some trouble, and Aquila is still barely alive on 37 hit points. And Mercy needs to clear them.
But the rest of the Mercy team has now rotated in, and they're all around the B cap, if you notice. I mean, that's crucial. I expected C4 to react a lot quicker to those 2 Kranwagens going through the center.
Yeah, it really took them a bit longer than it should have. Also, Arkansas is now really low already. Mercy here very aggressive with their focus fire, and Nerf here just wants to push in and get Aquila out, and he's going to succeed as well.
And he does.
And so drops
Crocodile
Arkansas.
Caban. He's looking low.
Yeah, and also the hit points nearly double now for Mercy. Really aggressive gameplay here. Lechnik is gonna go down to never. And this game 7v4 here, and no chance of coming back here for CF4.
No, I mean, Lavotsky's just gone down, Deremil's just gone down, Bajek is the last tank standing in the IS4, but there are 5 tanks honing onto him.
And yeah, this game is a very clear victory this time for Mercy here on Desert Sands, or Oasis Palms actually.
Yeah, Oasis Palms. But I mean, wow! I really expected, and I mean, you said it in the game. You know, these 2 Kranwagens are moving in; they may get pushed. They were really allowed to push Taylor there. That surprised me, considering there was a T22 and an IS4 over by that cap area on the flank. I thought they were going to rotate in and basically really hurt those 2 Kranwagens, but they didn't.
Yeah, it took them way too long, and the Kranwagens even got out of that position without dying, which they should have. They really should have get punished way more than that, losing more hit points. Because from that point onwards, C4 was 2,000 HP down, and that is a lot in one match.
And not only that, it allowed the rest of the Mercy team, who were way out in the desert, as you said, to just rotate straight into the middle area of the map, come sort of bring the reinforcements really quickly and really put the pain onto C4 in the middle area.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the C4 we saw against G-Game here. It seems like more of a rematch of the first time they played. Very uncoordinated, really a bit late with some of the reactions, like pushing those Kranwagens. And also the last game where they couldn't really cope with getting the T-22s pushed. So they really need to get a bit quicker there with that.
I don't know if that's a map that C4 picked or was favoured, but clearly Mercy had a different game plan and were able to stick to it and really punish C4 there. It was very punishing, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean 7,000 HP at the end does quite put a toll on you, especially with that amount of tanks still alive. Because the focus fire was not great.
No, of course, and congratulations to Mercy. I mean, that was really well executed, and it didn't look like it was going to go that way at the very opening of the game.
Definitely, but I think also the E5s that were put in the corner might have not helped with what Mercy was doing, because they needed to rotate first. They also got spotted going there, I believe, so it wasn't really a surprise. And we
this is a map we haven't seen. Winter Malinovka, always a good map to watch.
An interesting one indeed. One of those maps that was really decided by map control, especially with that ramp towards the church, or the church in the middle. So we're gonna see which team is able to control that better.
Well, again, we've got FV215Bs here, Kranwagens, double of them, double E5s, and Vickers rolling out for Mercy.
Yeah, and double Kranwagen as well as triple E5. One IS-4 here from Bajek and a Vickers from Derameli. So both.
Look at the way that Mercy is stacking up at the moment. I mean, they're taking that fast cap at A. That's crucial. It's going to allow 44 in the Vickers to rotate back through. Look at the big push right down the center.
Definitely. They should be getting that control in the middle here. They also have tanks back to support in case they get pushed from up top. Those E5s and that FV out there really just for that to cover fire. And so far it's working.
Absolutely. I mean, okay, so, Pashok has been smacked around a little bit in the 215B, but so is Levotsky. He's also been smacked in the Kranwagen, and hit points, okay, they are favouring C4 at the moment, but cap points are not.
Yeah, and also look at the amount of map control Mercy was able to get from this opening play. C4 had to fall back with that Emily as well, slowly getting a bit more aggressive here, but they really don't have a lot of space to work with now without getting punished.
And you're right. I mean, you can see that the way Mercy are just controlling every aspect of the map. Where can C4 go without running into a Mercy double tank? I mean, they've covered almost every single area of the map, apart from the very bottom near the A cap.
Yeah, I think they found one spot though, and that is for Evanupi, who got pummeled a bit by Vasilisa and Derameli there, having to be just forced back a bit there, being a bit too cheeky. And we see quite some HE runs coming from those Kranwagens here.
And Levotsky there just in vain putting an HE into the 215B.
Yeah. That Emily here looking for a side shot, but also 44 is relocating up north now. We might be seeing a Vickers 1v1 here, and 44 has more hit points. Oh, another HE.
We've still got the Mercy Kranwagens down on the ramp, not
and
really making a move as of yet.
Vickers 1v1 right here.
Oh.
And 44 should be able to win this if he does not mess up. Trying to go for a track shot here, but didn't have seemed to work, and he should be coming out on top here. And Mercy is
at the
pushing.
moment. Now the Kranwagens are coming in, and now the rest of the Mercy team are pushing up towards the C area,
but look at
through the B cap.
Look at the hit points as well. They are 3,000 behind. Even if they have that tank advantage, they are not too good on hit points. Even though they are making really good progress here, picking up another tank with that Kranwagen gun. And the E5.
They have got the base points, mate. That's the crucial thing here. 750 against 560.
Definitely. Never is also very low here. He needs to make sure not to die. And Bajek goes down in the IS-4.
There's some good focus fire there by Mercy.
Yeah.
Onto the IS-4 Bajek.
And they still got 6 tanks alive, while C4 only has 3 now. and they're just not looking as if they are in form right now. They do get Forever Noob, but Arkansas is just gonna go down here without a fight.
This is fantastic stuff that we're seeing from Mercy. I mean, you would have said earlier in the game that, C4's got all the HP in the world. And, oof, boy, does the game change quickly.
Definitely. If you have more tanks, even if you're lacking in HP, it does not really change a lot. Because you have that extra gun, which already has extra DPM to boot. No matter how many HP he has, he can still fire and be active in the fight, as we see with Never right now, who is still alive at the end.
But I think you called it early when you turned around and you saw that Mercy made a big move to get control of that map early doors. And then I think that little tussle, Vickers on Vickers, with 44 winning that battle was a big boost for Mercy there.
Definitely. And they're now on... Wait, they're not quite, but they're one game away from match point here. And they totally got the momentum here, winning 3 games back to back. And they're looking really strong right now.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to say at this point in time, 3-0 down RC4. They've got to do something to bring it back. Mercy must be on a high now. They must be feeling confident.
Definitely. And we see some interesting tank choices here. Double Batshot if C4 sticks with it, and double Kranwagen as well. That is an interesting choice. I believe we play on Rockfield next.
I can't remember. I think it is.
I think I saw them.
I mean, Mercy have got to be riding high at this moment in time. They must be able to think that they've got one hand on the cup.
Definitely, they're really close. But they must make sure to not get overconfident here, which could throw them off.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen that happen before in games where, we've seen on the EU server, there are teams, really great clans who go 3-0, 4-0 up, to have another clan just bring it all the way back and win.
Indeed, and we are now on Rockfield. And indeed, we see double Batshot here from C4. Very aggressively into the middle on the B cap and spotting as well. And that's an interesting play.
It is indeed. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Mercy deal with those Batchots. Are they going to focus them early doors? And it looks like they are.
It seems it's an aggressive answer that they have with the Vickers, the E5s, and the Kranwagens from the other side, and that Emily's just out.
Well, completely focused. I mean, if you saw that, it was just shot after shot straight into Dead Emily.
Yeah.
And now Akela is really struggling.
And we also got Nerve on the backside here of those E5s. He's going to be a pain to deal with as well. And they can't just turn around without losing the other flank, and that's exactly what's happening here. And it's not looking good for C4 right now.
Not at all. I mean, this is aggressive stuff by Mercy. I mean, they saw the opening. Forever Noob is probably going to go down here, though, and he does, but Lavotsky goes down.
And Bajek is also already down.
Yep. And so, Mercy have got control of this at this moment in time.
Indeed, it's a 6-on-4 here. Akila goes down, 6-on-3. Double the tanks and double the hit points is not what you want to see when you are in the position of C4 right now.
And again, don't underestimate what Nerve's done there. He's tied up those 2 heavy tanks for a vast majority of that game.
Definitely, and he did a huge amount of damage as well. Lechnik without an engine or ammo rack.
I mean, Nerve there played a crucial role because those 2 E5s really were needed elsewhere in that battle.
I'm pretty sure he was the one that sealed the deal on this match. Just distracting those 2 E5s, all alone as well, and surviving for so long.
I can't disagree with you. I mean, it's a vital role he has just played there. And let's have a look how much he did. Where is he, Nerve? He did over 2,000 damage. I mean, that's good alone in the T22 up there.
Definitely. And look at the Batchets, 200 and 600. That's not what you want to see, especially with such a rare tank. You don't see that often, and it just did not work out.
But the thing was, you could see, I mean, Mercy really wanted to focus those back chats straight from the off, and they did. I mean, poor old, I can't remember who it was now, who was the first one down, but poor old chap goes in towards the B cap, and almost every single Mercy gun is trained upon him. Yeah. And you just see those hit points just dissipate.
They just had no mercy with the bad chance. But yeah, they're just overall really aggressive getting those bad shots because they are clippers. They only have that burst, and then they're for quite a point in time useless. And that's what Mercy used, being aggressive, and the T-22 distracting 2 tanks and being a bad shot down as well. Basically gave them a 6-on-4 here, and just brilliant play by Mercy.
Absolutely, and it's so good. It's brought them to match points. They
Indeed.
are 4-0. They've gone from strength to strength, and it seems to be putting a lot of pain onto C4 here. They're struggling to find a way back into the game.
I'm pretty sure it's starting to also be a mental match now that they have to fight, because these long games are very draining. And it's not just the in-game skill, it's also how do I outplay my opponent well enough. But it's just not working for them right now.
Totally. And I mean, we saw Middleburg earlier in the day for these 2 guys, and it didn't go according to plans for one of these teams. Are we going to get a repeat of that? I mean, we've got different meta, so probably not.
Definitely, but we see C4 quadruple 50B, double Progetto, and a T-22. I think they're just trying something right now to throw at Mercy here. And it's going to be really aggressive. Look at that.
Well, it's a lot of DPM, but it's also a lot of long load times if it goes wrong.
Definitely, and something here is going to be the first one to get on the receiving end together with Never here. Looking at it. And the first shots are coming in, but the Progettos are going to be under a lot of pressure here.
And they are being focused by Mercy. And Mercy are really aggressively into the Progettos and the T-22 up the top there at the C-cap.
And I'm pretty sure C4's not aggressive enough with those 50Bs, allowing Mercy to push in the first place here. But Nerve is the first to go down. But the Progetto here is not going to be long for this world. And the next one is soon to follow. Losing 2
both
meters.
go down. Now the 50Bs.
They're pretty much
one of them's on a long
reloaded.
2 of them's on their reload. 3 of them's on a reload.
Lechnik just getting back on, and Arkansas putting the last one in. And the hit points are still looking good, but you just have the clip reload that these 50Bs need to go through. And unless they can clear another 1 or 2 tanks, this does not really seem possible for them. But Nevetir here in his T-22 is the vital player if he can get 44. And he does. But
now something may be able to get Latovsky, because he is on his long reload, but so is something in the Grand Wagon.
Yeah, and Nevetir just has to avoid Pashok for as long as he can. And the 250Bs up top should probably win this, but Arkansas is on a reload, but Lechnik is actually nearly reloaded here. And 2 tanks are dropping. Litovsky just...
22 goes down.
Litovsky just failed his entire clip, I think, onto something here.
I think you're right.
And, oh, he wiggles. And the Kranwagen doesn't have particular DPM as well, so Litovsky here will get another reload off, and what a good teamwork here. Oof. But Lechnik is on a reload now, and he has to survive that one. Because it's
he goes down something.
Yeah, Pashok has his hash, and he gets the first one. And if he can get Arkansas, then this is still not over. Oh, he misses!
Oh, he misses! How vital is that?
That is a crucial misplay here. Arkansas needs to put his shots in. And he does put in one, but Lechnik is on a reload, and if he can survive this and pens his shots, he should be able to win this one. And he gets
number 1 from Pashok, but is Lechnik going to be able to reload in time?
He should. And he puts in the first. Can he put in the second though? He does!
He does! Wow.
What a wild strategy.
Who would have thought that? I mean, wow. I mean, coming down to the wire. What? I mean, that miss though, or if it was a miss or a bounce, I don't know. But Pashok, I mean, that was crucial. Absolutely crucial.
That was a really good comeback there from C4. Losing a lot of tanks and a lot of hit points early on, especially those projectiles were down early.
Absolutely.
But the T-22 Nevitia, he carried that for a good portion because he got that Vickers out and survived a long time against Pasha, allowing these 50Bs to reload again.
But just going back, 4 AMX 50Bs. 4! I mean, seriously?
And 2 projectiles!
I mean, have you ever seen such a strat?
Not. I think they just threw something together and looked if it worked, and it did. But now they need to get back on their footing.
I'm blown away by that. I mean, at first you said, I was with you. They're taking too long to get the 50Bs into the game, blah, blah, blah. But wow, when it finally happened,
that was fantastic.
Boy, it was like they suckered Mercy into the AMX 50s rather than the other way around.
And there was a lot of bounces and misses from Mercy as well. Like the one that was fighting something, I'm not sure who, but I think it was Litovsky missing either all 3 or 2 of his shots.
No, it was Litovsky, yes.
But I think he failed either all or most of that clip against him. And
Absolutely.
What a game. And we get to Newberg.
But is this the start of the C4 comeback? We're still at match point for Mercy.
Definitely. We might see a comeback here. Because they stomped that last game. And
look at their lineup again. Go through that one, my friend.
we have triple 50B, a mouse from Aquila, and triple IS4.
Wow.
Mercy is doing a similar thing, but more civil. With double Kranwang, double mouse, double E5, and 44 back in the Vickers. That is a lot of HP to work with.
That is. It's wow. I mean, this is going to be spectacular. A spectacular game.
The IS4's gone too far. He might be in a lot of trouble here, and he is.
Yes, he is here, Bejcek.
Way too far forward.
Wow.
And he's just gonna go down.
Big focus.
Way too aggressive there. He should have stayed with the other IS4, fighting on an evil footing here. But now the 50Bs need to make a move. And Lechnik as well. He's just being bullied.
44 is going to deal with Bejcek. That's freed up the rest of Mercy to push through. But you're right, the 50Bs are now pushing straight over the top.
Lewowski, he's already on a reload, and so are most of these 50Bs, if not just one shot left.
Vasilia's gone.
And now it's just Mercy free farming. And Lechnik, he's just out of the fight because Nerv, such a good play here, crushing the tank on the side.
Unbelievable.
And this
Lewowski's gone. 50Bs, only Akason is left in the 50Bs.
This is such a smart play by Nerv. He's just holding him back. And that's exactly what he needs to do.
Wow. Now he can finally start putting shots in. The Vickers of 44 has come round to help out.
Oh, Crocodile might
the action's all on the ramps.
Oh, he does.
Oh.
Doesn't lose a lot of it though. Atkinson here on a reload, and so is the Kranwang. Yeah. There goes Leptic. 1 HP was left on him. Aquila goes down. And Atkinson is reloaded. But is it gonna be enough? Nibichid takes out Pashok in the mouse.
The IS-4 of C4 is going to go down. He is being focused. They're not even looking at the 50B at the moment.
Yeah, and this is
now they are.
GG. This is a done deal. Well played. And very entertaining.
Well, what could you say? I mean, Mercy brought out the goods for the grand final. You can't say better than that. They played very, very clever stuff there. Really well thought.
They
great little comeback from C4, but boy, Mercy really deserved that.
Indeed, and I think that was their best performance throughout the tournament. All of these matches, Mercy has been fantastic. Really clever play, as you said. Really smart, and C4 not able to put a stop into it. There was nothing they could do.
It was beautiful gameplay. It was just absolutely beautiful to watch. Mercy had a game plan. They executed whatever their plan was almost flawlessly.
Yeah. I just think C4 was kind of lost after possibly the first 2 or 3 games, because they just did not have an answer to whatever Mercy was bringing to the table, and it really showed in the score as well, bringing us to a 5-1 here, and not as close as we wanted, but still fantastic games overall.
Absolutely. But 2 takeaways from this afternoon is quadruple AMX50Bs.
It works.
And the game and Nerve with the mouse.
That was
and
wonderful.
Rebay.
That was just so well played. And he even did top damage. He did 4k in this game.
Absolutely. But shall we find out what Amunet and Wild Ones Out have to say about all this as our analysts?
Oh, I want to hear what they have to say about those matches. I really want to find out.
Let's go over to the analysts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Guys, please show us some analysts.
Maybe.
Hello.
So, here we go. We know the strongest team of CIS region, and huge congratulations and hugs. And of course, 25k bucks goes to Mercy Crocodiles team. Congratulations, you're the best. I'm happy for you, and I'm very proud of C4. They showed amazing gameplay. I'm very, very happy they performed that good and they went to grand final. So the day was amazing. The stream was full of emotions, full of great battles. I'm really very happy that we were happy to see it. So Amunet, what do you think?
It was such aggressive gameplay by Mercy. I was
Yes.
really well. This is like before they were like beautiful chaos, but in this case they were just the Punisher. Anytime C4 made any mistake, peeked out just a bit too far, they were there and they were murdering them for it. It was fantastic to watch. I mean, I did feel sorry for C4 because it was like you're getting shot by not just like a pistol, but like a tank in this case.
Well, I can sum it up with one phrase here. It is as if C4 went to Amazon River and accidentally went down the river and got chomped by those crocodiles in the river, showing no mercy to C4 at all. It is that. What a ruthless gameplay. I mean, ruthless fixture. I mean, Mercy just, oh my goodness me, punishing C4 left, right, and center, and C4 trying their best to best Mercy, but Mercy just the better team here. Yeah.
Their focus fire was on point. They were making aggressive pushes. They absorbed pushes here. Their heavies coming in to save their meds literally changed the game here because it cost C4 all the advantage that they had.
I mean, C4 got the right numbers in the right locations, but then Mercy just kind of rushed in with that ambush with those E5s was absolutely fantastic to watch.
Exactly.
Are we going to see a dumpster move from the Mercy guy onto that Aquila very soon? Let's see.
But oh god, that push
push.
was just
Can we see
so.
it?
Oh my god,
Dumpster,
that was
oh.
just mean.
Dump it!
Oh,
Boo!
it's just it's so sad. It's horrible, but it's like perfectly played by Mercy. But it is ruthless.
Oh my god, it's no mercy. I mean, it's
Yes.
pathetic.
They lie about their name, but it's the same here. In this case, when Base B was being just went in on it, and they went full in on it.
And I said all the time on the stream with Oasis Farms, you need support with B, but C4, they didn't have a lot of support, and that, I saw in the middle, just got farmed by those double Kramwagens, and those Kramwagens knew they were in trouble, so they went away, and that was just good game from Mercy.
This exactly was. I'm actually glad that they showed this because this was the turning point of this match. That Vickers 1v1 basically started a whole series of events that led to Mercy just punishing them. Their focus fire was so on point. Their coordinated pushes were just perfect.
To be honest, I thought like Mercy were in a little bit of trouble because their defensive formation wasn't that of a well coordinated. But that, yes, the Vickers like changed everything, and you were seeing a rough field. Oh, double back chat didn't really work. I thought it could work in humans, but not here, I believe.
And then you had this. I was really surprised C4 won this, especially since they didn't push aggressively with the AMXs. They pushed too aggressively with the Spaghettis. The Spaghettis died way early on in the game, and I was just really surprised that eventually they won. But it's partly that one missed shot that cost Mercy the game here.
I think everything went down when something and also another E5 went down the terrain, and they gave up the advantage up top. And C4 for those 50B is absolutely important, and it showed why sometimes auto loaders are better than auto reloaders.
And here, you had 444. That was basically, he was spotting everyone coming. He killed off the low HP targets. He was vital to this match, even though he wasn't amidst the action all the time.
I mean, Mercy tried to make a fake push onto the bridge side. I thought C4 could catch them, but yes, Mercy did really well down. I think there was a tank trying to go down a bridge, and it was just snowballed against C4 here, and well done to Mercy.
Absolutely. Just very beautiful, very aggressive gameplay, but it was great fun to see. It has you on the edge of your seat when you see action like this.
Yeah, especially that game, the Middleburg quadruple 50Bs, pulling out
God.
of that game from nowhere. I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought Mercy with the high ground, I thought C4 were trapped down there, but no, they proved me wrong.
I have to give C4 massive kudos for trying completely different tactics, both on the match in Rockfield with the double bad chat. It didn't work out because they sent them both to base B, and Mercy just decided to decap it. They didn't let them have it. And those AMXs and Spaghettis on Middleburg, it was very out of the box thinking, and it didn't work out for them in the end as a whole. But I have to give them kudos for that.
Yeah, I mean, the double bad chat can catch a lot of people off guard because they got beat so quickly. But Mercy, I think they played it. They knew there was a strategy like that, and they knew exactly how to counter that. So credits to Mercy as well, and they just going very aggressive as well. I was so worried again. C4 might be able to punish them for being a little bit too aggressive, but no. Mercy with a really good focus fire and rotation, and they deserve to win that in the end.
Exactly.
By the way, we may have missed it, obviously, because it was mentioned in Russian, but in the very last battle, when it was all decided, when it was obvious that Mercy is winning, they started posting some nice messages in Russian like, "Good job, guys, did a great game, all this stuff, love you." So it was...
I love that.
That's
sometimes
really good to see.
Players become salty and a little bit toxic when it's about to get lost, but it wasn't the case, so now it was very nice. So kudos to teams. Nice
Absolutely.
job.
Very good
Great
sportsmanship.
people.
Really
Love you.
great to see teams losing gracefully, and they deserve to be they deserve a medal basically for sportsmanship.
Yes.
Yes, agree.
Can we have that in the game?
Like a polite player medal.
Yes.
Yeah, Avatar, release that please.
Nice idea. So, guys, I think that we're done with the third match. Very soon we'll see the captain of the winners team. We'll have a short interview, and it seems that we should say a big thanks to Amanet and Wild Ones Helper. Again, you did great job. Now you were analyzing our Blitz CIS Cup, and it was amazing. I'm very satisfied with everything we did for today's stream. Very soon we'll again talk about our in-game changes, because I saw a lot of questions on Discord and players asked us to repeat everything one more time. And special hello to everyone that tagged me on Discord while we were streaming. Guys, you're the best. Were very helpful. Yeah, so stay tuned. Very soon we'll just repeat everything we have talked about during the stream, during the beginning of our stream. And Amanet, Wild Ones Helper, thank you so much. We see you very soon. You did great job, and congratulations to Crocodiles. They took
Thank you so
Zariwa.
much for having
Thank
us.
you.
And massive congratulations indeed to all the teams, but especially Mercy, of course.
Yeah, no mercy.
That was
you,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly
congratulations
not
to Mercy. Yes, really well done.
So, see you very soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Though we're not saying goodbye to our watchers because we have some more stuff to share. I think
Yeah.
not new stuff, but repeating the previous stuff, which was like 2 hours ago. So maybe it's
Of course.
worth mentioning again.
I think that the first thing that we should cover is the rewards for watching the streams, because I saw some screenshots when it says that you received 0 out of 5 keys or 0 out of 1 camo. So please don't pay attention to these numbers. Everything will be okay. If you were logged in on our official webpage, then we have data, and we can understand that you watched the stream for an hour and a half, and we can send the rewards. But please wait for a few days, because we have changed the whole system to make it work well. That's why we need some time to send the rewards to work with all the data. So please keep patient, wait a little bit, and you'll receive your rewards shortly. We need like Monday, Tuesday, and rewards will be yours.
Yeah,
So,
please
Tony.
note that tomorrow is Sunday and it really may take like a day or 2 or even 3. So yeah, just a little patient and you'll get everything.
Yeah, Tony, I want you to repeat everything about ATGM, because it was very hot on Discord
Oh yeah.
during the last 2 hours. So
You
One more
think
time.
that someone may forgot about it. Okay, so anyway, as we mentioned before, in update 7.5 we are partially removing ATGMs from the game, and they will be available only in fun modes, which include gravity modes, burning games, uprising,
Mad
actually,
Games,
Mad Games,
Gravity, everything except Skirmish.
yeah, which we consider not quite a fun mode, just a small mode of regular battle modes.
Random battles, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, of course, ATGM lovers will get a present from our ATGMs. If you have at least 25 battles on T92E1 or Sheridan, then you'll receive a special medal. If you have at least 700 battles, then you'll receive a special avatar. If you have your Sheridan research, then you receive a special tank, Sheridan missile with these AM mechanics that will be available in training rooms and in special game modes. So you still have time. Everything will happen in 7.5. Please research the Sheridan, and then you'll have the opportunity to play with ATGM mechanics in our fun game modes and in training rooms. In tournaments, ATGMs will not be available, so please notice this very important information.
And make sure to have as many battles as you can, because you're going to receive some nice customization for it. So yeah, what's next?
I saw a lot of questions about what's coming more in update 7.5. Of course, we are. Okay, we have interview now. So a little bit later, let's move to interview.
And I think we're going to provide some translation, so I think it goes smooth.
I don't hear the voice
Yeah.
of our
We
interviewer.
have
Все вместе, то есть часть призовых уйдет туда на сборы. Ну, если это получится.
So
будет
Crocodile
здорово.
Kabanchik is talking
Основное
about
пока что еще не
prize
думаю.
pool, how they're going
Пока
to,
что это, наверное, самое
what they're going to
главное.
do with it, and some part of it will be transferred for trainings in Moscow.
And No Skill, just like AK Blitzstick, is very happy that Crocodile is crazy about the game. So now he's asking, what does he think about 7-star during the fact that they
Здесь у них
lost?
проблема, скорее всего, была в изменении состава. Все-таки состав поменялся за 2 месяца до...
The biggest problem is about team setup, which has changed drastically in the last 2 months,
Сыгрываться и, возможно,
and they just started to cooperate, to
Холстейн-то
play together.
с
That was the main
Тумблером,
problem.
Вместо Сабжекта, ну там кто еще был, PayPal и
Ну,
Падима и так далее, были
Ты думаешь, что
просто там
смена
ошибочными
состава
игроками. Ну, мне
была
кажется, смена
зря?
состава, да. Да,
А
потому
если
что
учитывать
старый
So
So,
the main
do
issue
you think
is
that-
change of team setup.
Ну,
Если учитывать
квалификацию особо играют все-таки команды уровня плюс-минус среднего, но они понимают, что там никаких, типа, серьезных заготовок ничего не делается, и Seven Star просто по уровню
So
игры
the
могут
qualification wasn't the issue because there were like more average skill teams,
Но
so
мы
that's
вообще
why they
играли
managed
просто
to go through it.
абсолютными, ну, тратами, ну, это даже не назвать траты, вот, как мы всегда обычно играем, берем стапы и едем, и все. Мы ничего абсолютно не делаем.
So during qualifications it was much more easier to succeed.
So today you use the common setups and you're in the grand final. Do you want to wish anything to your fans? To the fans
Ну,
of your
просто
team, of your
оставаться
clan?
фанатами и болеть за нас, в принципе. Всего
Stay
хорошего.
our fans
там,
and root for us.
В ближайшем будущем хорошо отпраздновать Новый год.
Класс. А
Надеюсь,
теперь
And
закончится.
have a nice new year
теперь
upcoming.
хейтерам, только тоже культурно.
So,
Ну,
anything to
хейтерам желаю,
haters?
чтобы они остались, и, возможно, их будет больше после сегодняшнего дня, но
Stay with
если бы
us,
не было
especially
хейтеров,
after
не было
today's
бы
win.
кому чего доказывать и играть, в принципе. Поэтому,
If it's not for haters, we
так
have
сказать,
nothing
они
to prove to
дополнительный стимул
somebody.
сами
So
дают нам.
keep it up.
Ну, неплохо, неплохо.
Вот и всё.
Ты слышал информацию,
Not bad,
которую мы
not
сегодня
bad.
говорили про 7.5?
So, have you heard everything
Ну,
about
как по мне, на самом
ATGM?
деле не было времени особо смотреть еще стрим, я его буду пересматривать. Единственное, что у меня
So I
есть
haven't
информация
watched it
по
properly,
единственному
and
преимуществу
I
по
need to
поводу
watch it one
туров
more time.
в игре. То, что у них убирают механику, ну, как по мне, это, ну, это отрицательно. Как бы мне не нравится. Мне нравится тур достаточно, я люблю в нем
So
играть.
he thinks
Я
that
играл в нем
it's not the best
почти
decision,
полностью весенний сезон, когда он только вышел. И, в принципе, танк до сих пор в турнирах играбелен, и нужно его использовать в некоторых
and
ситуациях.
he believes that Tank is
Я
still quite
собственно,
playable
выбираю
with
такую
ATGMs in
механику,
tournaments, and he
что он
regrets
не
that we are
сможет
doing what we're
играть
doing.
теперь в турнирах. То есть Викерс будет теперь просто незаменимым танком.
And Sheridan, after removing of the ATGMs, won't be good for
И
tournaments.
я тоже расстроен выводом ракет, но...
I'm
мне
also
кажется, что у нас
disappointed
будет
with ATGM's
сделано
removal.
классных легких танка.
But I think that we'll have three well-balanced light tanks on tier 10. So thank you so much for interview, for the tournament, for the autumn season. You did great job. Go on.
Спасибо.
This year is Crocodile's year.
Пока.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.
So Tony,
Nice.
we did very good translation. I like it very much. That was
Yeah,
nice interview.
we should do it more often.
Yes. So I just laughed from the position of camera from Croco. It was like, okay, guys, I just
I'm
won
the champion of the
tournament.
world, chilling.
Yeah. That was very funny. But that's it. That's Blitz. That's our players. Easy going, lovely, awesome, and very common guys. So I love this about Blitz.
Oh yeah, Blitz unites definitely.
Yeah, so let's congratulate one more time Crocodiles from Mercy Clan. You're the best. You are the best team of our CIS region, and you are the winners. Congratulations.
Guys, awesome job you did there. I wish I could play myself like this. Whew. Alexandra, are you already drinking? I heard some cup sounds.
No. Tony, you know, it's 22:22 in Moscow and in Minsk as well, and it says that you can make a wish when you see like these numbers on your watch, and I wish everyone to take care of yourself and stay safe, please, because this year is very strong for us, for you, for everyone, and the world is struggling, and I want you to take care of yourselves and of your loved ones. So I'm happy that we have such opportunity to make fun for you while we are staying at home and streaming from home. And you know, a lot of efforts was put to make this stream live, and we're streaming from different parts of the world, and everything is okay. So you'll receive your rewards, and we'll be happy if everything will be okay, and fingers crossed everything is okay now. So I'm very happy that Mercy won the tournament. They did really great job. They deserve it. So 25k bucks go to them. And Tony, as we have started before the interview, our players ask us to tell about the upcoming events in the Blitz. So Blitz will host Black Friday very soon, right?
Next week, it's safe to say, in
Yeah.
the end of next week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hope
Yeah.
you guys too.
But please notice that Black Friday is all about sales and discounts, and it's not like a typical event that we have in Blitz. So it's all about discounts, and you'll have the
But
opportunity
huge
to
discounts, guys.
yeah, huge
Keep in mind.
discounts. So you have the opportunity to grab a good tank. Game modes will come very soon. Skirmish,
Hey.
yes.
You're checking game mode schedule right now.
No, I'm checking your reaction.
But you can do it or not, because I'm not sure as well. So yeah, you can tell whatever you want.
Yeah,
Let it be
okay.
skirmish.
Thank you.
not
Skirmish
sure.
will be released during November, during this month, and of course, Gravity will come back in December, and we have prepared very, very nice and beautiful surprise for you for this game mode. New Year event, Christmas event is already ready, so we are very hyped about this, and a lot of more surprises prepared for you for this 2020 and end of this year. We want to make it beautiful, so stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. We'll make holiday stream before Christmas, and we'll give you some gifts as well. So
Actually,
stay
you're
tuned.
running too far, because we're having 2 more region streams
Of
in
course.
next week and weekend after next weekend. So yeah, don't forget to watch our live streams on Blitz European Cup and Blitz NA Cup in week
So-
and 2 weeks correspondingly.
Yeah. 2 more streams left. We'll show you some more game announcements. We'll make some spoilers, so please watch the live streams to receive rewards, to receive some useful information, to watch legendary teams that are fighting for the name of the best team of the region. And I think that this stream can be announced officially closed.
Thank you guys. See you soon.
Thank you. Love you. Bye bye.